Chapter 385. Zhao Yun suspected that the other people in the village had done something sneaky, so someone stood up and said, "Yuner girl, the rest of us didn't do anything. It was all done by old Zhao's family." "That's right, Yuner girl, don't falsely accuse others. It was all done by old Zhao's family. If you want to find someone, you have to find old Zhao's family. It has nothing to do with us." Zhao Yuner was furious when she heard that it was old Zhao's family. Those shameless people were really amazing. They knew how to make trouble when she wasn't at home. Thinking about it, her things and Xiao Mao were all at old Zhao's house. Seeing Zhao Yun's sullen face, Lu Fugue said, "Yun, girl, don't be too angry. Your things were taken away by your grandparents. That's because you weren't at home. They were afraid of thieves, so they let your grandparents take care of it first. You can go to old Zhao's house later and get them back." After Lu Fugue finished speaking, Zhao Yuner was silent for a moment. If Lu Fugue wasn't lying, then she didn't have to pick a fight with old Zhao's family. She only hoped that old Zhao's family could be tactful and return her things to her. They were really just keeping them safe. "Got it, Uncle Li Zhang. I'll go get them now." "Then go. It's fine as long as you're fine. Everyone has been worried about you these days." "Okay." Zhao Yuner responded. Zhao Yuner felt that Lu Fugue's words about everyone being worried about her were very ironic. These people in the village probably wanted to see her make a fool of herself. As for old Zhao's family, no one except her parents was worried about her. More and more people came to watch. A woman said loudly, "Zhao Yuner actually came back. Wasn't she arrested for harming others? Why didn't the government deal with this kind of person and release him back?" The person who spoke was Chen Erwa's mother, Feng Yu. She had quarreled with Zhao Yuner before, so she still held some grudges against Zhao Yuner. Originally, he thought that Zhao Yuner had been taken away by the government officials. He felt very satisfied. Now that he saw that Zhao Yuner had returned safely, his heart was very unhappy. "I heard that the person was not killed by Yuner, but by Qin Hailan. Didn't the government take Qin Hailan away yesterday? Does taking Qin Hailan prove that Zhao Yuner is innocent? Maybe it was Zhao Yun who did it." Now that she had Shizi's support, no one would dare to touch her. "In my opinion, Miss Qin is just a scapegoat." Shizi asked the government officials to arrange for her to be Zhao Yuner's scapegoat. "Feng Yu, what you said makes sense. Zhao Yuner has Shizi's support, so it is very easy for her to get Zhao Yuner out of prison. Then we should stay away from the person who has done such a bad thing, in case she will do it again next time." "You're right. What a sin. If it is really Zhao Yuner who has done those things, won't it be a disaster if she stays in our village?" Seeing that the villagers' emotions were stirred up by her, Feng Yu couldn't help but feel a little proud. The more she talked, the more excited she became. Even if Zhao Yuner came back this time, she should make the villagers dislike her. Chapter 386. The truth wasn't like that. Why should she be slandered like that? If this kind of thing was spread out, other people would follow suit. She was afraid that she wouldn't be able to stay in this village any longer. After going through so many things, Zhao Yunhe finally figured it out. People in ancient times were more difficult to educate than people in modern times. Zhao Yun had been a policewoman for many years in the 21st century. She was used to peace. Generally, she wouldn't use force if she could solve things peacefully. Now it seemed that she was wrong. The more the people here gave in to her, the more arrogant they would be. They didn't know when to stop, and would bully her even more in the future. Zhao Yunhe walked to Feng Yu with a sullen face. She coldly stared at the woman who was stirring up trouble and making trouble. Being stared at by Zhao Yunhe, Feng Yu's heart suddenly panicked. "Zhao Yunhe, what do you want to do?" Why are you staring at me like that? Do you want to scare me to death? You look like a ghost. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth evoked a sneer. What? I can't look at the person. I think you're guilty. Is that why you're acting like this? Do you have a guilty conscience? Who's guilty? Zhao Yun, don't talk nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about. Feng Yu said, but didn't dare to look into Zhao Yun's eyes. Zhao Yun sneered. Your voice was so loud just now. Do you think I didn't hear it? Feng Yu was silent for a while. She thought that there was nothing wrong with what she said. Why was Zhao Yun so afraid of Zhao Yun? In front of so many people in the village, Zhao Yun wouldn't dare to do anything to her. Even if Zhao Yun really did something to her, Zhao Yun wouldn't be able to live a good life in the village in the future in front of so many people. Her reputation as an unreasonable shrew would be spread out. No one would have any contact with Zhao Yun in the future. Thinking of this, Feng Yu felt that his confidence had suddenly risen. She puffed out her chest and said to Zhao Yun aggressively, so what if you heard what I said? What I said is not unreasonable. If you don't believe me, you can ask our fellow villagers if I'm right. Zhao Yun looked at Feng Yu a few more times. This woman didn't seem to be completely brainless. At least she knew how to stir up the atmosphere. Although none of the other villagers dared to stand out and criticize Zhao Yun like Feng Yu, they still whispered in agreement and agreed with Feng Yu's words. With someone speaking up for him, Feng Yu felt more confident. He pointed at Zhao Yun and said, Zhao Yun, you harmed Big Sister Qin. It's good enough that you're allowed to return to the village. In my opinion, a vicious woman like you should be chased out of the village. How dare you be so arrogant now? Lord Li Zheng, you have to do something about it, right? Lu Fugue frowned and was about to say something to help Zhao Yun, but Zhao Yun said, Feng Yu, do you mean that His Highness colluded with the government to let Qin Hailan take the blame and then let me, the real murderer, out? Well, isn't that the case? Good, very good. The corners of Zhao Yun's mouth suddenly evoked a rather profound smile. What? Feng Yu panicked when she saw Zhao Yun's reaction. His Highness, now someone is accusing you of colluding with the government and playing favoritism. How should you deal with it? Zhao Yun suddenly turned to Mu Lianfeng and asked. Chapter 387. The so-called exile of 3,000 miles meant that she would be sent to the extremely cold places at the border and be recorded as a slave. Her life there would definitely be more painful than being in prison. In prison, she would be able to get out after a few years or more, just like Qin Hailan. However, if she was exiled for 3,000 miles and was recorded as a slave, there would be no hope for her ever again. She might even die on the road before reaching the border. Feng Yu was so frightened by Mu Lianfeng's words that she trembled. I didn't frame you. Wasn't what I said the truth? The corners of Mu Lianfeng's mouth twitched. Of course, it's up to the authorities to decide whether or not I'm being framed. However, sister-in-law, what you said just now is challenging the authority of the authorities and implying that they're being unfair. After being frightened by Mu Lianfeng, Feng Yu knelt on the ground and began to plead, Your Highness, please let me off. It's all this commoner's fault. I won't dare to speak carelessly in the future. Feng Yu was not a fool. She would really be arrested and sent to the authorities just like that. Regardless of whether Mu Lianfeng colluded with the authorities or not, the authorities would definitely insist on their innocence. How could they allow a commoner like her to speak carelessly? They would only convict her in the end. Mu Lianfeng snorted softly. Everyone has to be responsible for their own words and actions. Since you know that you have said something wrong, then slap yourself a few times and I will consider not pursuing the matter. Okay, Your Highness. As Feng Yu spoke, she began to slap herself. After lightly scratching herself a few times, she asked embarrassedly, "Your Highness, please take a look. Is this enough? I asked you to slap yourself, but you're like scratching an itch. Since you're so unwilling, then I'll send you to the authorities." Mu Lianfeng said coldly. Feng Yu saw that Mu Lianfeng was not easy to fool. She gritted her teeth and could only be more harsh on herself. However, if she hit too hard, it would really hurt. Slap. Feng Yu slapped herself hard. "I didn't hear it." Slap. Feng Yu used more strength. "I still didn't hear it." Slap. This time, Feng Yu used all his strength. Only then was Mu Lianfeng satisfied. Feng Yu's face was swollen from the slap. After a few slaps, Feng Yu's face turned into a pig's. Mu Lianfeng then let Feng Yu go. "Remember to be careful with your words and actions in the future. Don't say anything that you shouldn't say. Otherwise, the consequences will be more serious than this," Mu Lianfeng warned. "Yes, yes, yes." Feng Yu was so scared that he quickly responded. However, she wasn't willing to suffer for nothing today. She would definitely get it back in the future. Lu Fugue also stood up and said, "Everyone has seen that Feng Yu has been taught a lesson today. It would be best for everyone not to discuss Yun'er's matter and start any rumors. Otherwise, they would be framing the crown prince and framing the Qingming of the government. When the time comes, don't blame me for not warning you if you receive any punishment." As Li Zheng, Lu Fugue had accumulated some aura and authority over the years. The villagers were so scared that they didn't dare to talk about it anymore. If they were really arrested by the government, they would suffer a great loss. Therefore, one by one, they agreed, "Li Zheng is right. We definitely won't speak carelessly." After dealing with Feng Yu's matter, Zhao Yun'er brought Dao Du and Mu Lianfeng to old Zhao's house. Many people followed along to join in the fun. On the way, Zhao Yun'er smiled and said to Mu Lianfeng, "You really don't show mercy when you tease people." Mu Lianfeng smiled slightly. Chapter 388. In the past, he had even killed many people, not to mention teasing people like this. "Yun'er, if anything happens in the future, I'll be there. Naturally, I won't let anyone bully you. When I come back from the capital, I'll marry you. I know Grandma may not agree. But this time, I'm going to do something for the Emperor. When the time comes, the Emperor will definitely give me some rewards. When the time comes, I'll ask the Emperor for you. With the Emperor's permission, even if Grandma objects, it's useless." Zhao Yun'er didn't know how to respond to Mu Lianfeng. She still felt that Mu Lianfeng saw things too simply. Even if the Emperor granted her a marriage and she married into the Shitzi manor, would old Madame Mu treat her well? She probably didn't like her no matter how she looked at her. Mu Lianfeng only had one relative. His parents had passed away early. So, he wouldn't do anything that would go against old Madame Mu and make her sad. Zhao Yun'er didn't want to force Mu Lianfeng. She thought that if the two of them were really together, they wouldn't have to go to the Shitzi manor. She would build a big courtyard in the countryside. Mu Lianfeng could come and live there. As for status, this thing was too superficial. What she pursued was the two of them being together, not those dispensable things of formality. If Mu Lianfeng came to live with her, she naturally wouldn't have to deal with old Madame Mu. "Mu Lianfeng, if old Madame still doesn't agree, what should we do?" Mu Lianfeng was silent for a moment. "Yun'er, if Grandma still doesn't agree, worst comes to worst, I'll move out and live with you. From then on, I won't go back to the Shitzi manor. We'll be together as a family. Anyway, except for you, Mu Lianfeng, will never marry another woman in this life." Zhao Yun'er didn't expect Mu Lianfeng's answer to be the same as what she thought. It was already very rare for a man, especially a man of such status, to do this for her. "Okay, then I'll wait for you." Xiao Yuner smiled. If you really leave the Shitzi manor and come to my place, I'll take care of you. Xiao Yuner was both joking and serious. If Mu Lianfeng really left the Crown Prince's mansion, he would not be able to enjoy the same treatment as the Crown Prince's mansion. Even his monthly allowance would be confiscated. At that time, Mu Lianfeng might have to consider the problem of survival. Xiao Yuner thought about it. Her goal now was to raise a son and a man. Mu Lianfeng was amused by Xiao Yuner. Yuner, how can a woman support a man? Don't worry, even if I leave the Crown Prince's residence, I'll make sure you and Dao live a good life. Xiao Yuner felt a little sweet in her heart. They soon arrived at old Zhao's house. It was almost time for lunch. Old Zhao's men came back from the field and were resting in the yard. As for the woman, she was busy preparing lunch. Third sister-in-law, what are you doing in the courtyard? The pot is already hot. Why aren't you bringing the dishes in? You haven't finished washing them for half a day. Li Chuiying yelled at Liang Jinqiao. Coming, coming. Liang Jinqiao responded. He carried the dishes in the basin and went to the kitchen. Hu Chunhua was also in the kitchen. She started scolding, have you been bewitched? You're so absent-minded when doing such a small thing. If you do this again, I'll skin you alive. Liang Jinqiao lowered his head and sighed. Mother, I'm just worried about Yuner. Sigh. Chapter 389. Li Chuiying hurriedly chimed in, that's right, mother. That B***TCH will be punished by the heavens. I think Xiao Yuner probably won't be able to come back. Look at old Fifth, he went to Yang City and hasn't brought back any news yet. Hu Chunhua thought about it and agreed. However, her heart ached for the money her family had spent. After Xiao Yuner was taken away, Xiao Wenqing heard the news and rushed back from town. He hurriedly went to Yang City to inquire about the news. Someone in town had a relative who worked in the government, so he wanted to use his connections to get Xiao Yuner out. However, using connections like this would definitely cost money, so old Zhao's family took out 20 taels of silver. 20 taels of silver was not a small amount. The family's money was in Hu Chunhua's hands, and Hu Chunhua was unwilling to take it. In the end, Zhao Baoshan had no choice but to use his own savings. Without thinking, Hu Chunhua thought that Zhao Baoshan had hidden his private savings. She started to cry, make a fuss, and threatened to hang herself. She was unwilling to spend so much money on such a little B***TCH. In the end, she was scolded back by Zhao Baoshan, and only then did she shut up. Hu Chunhua had been brooding. She didn't know how long old Zhao's family would spend with 20 taels of silver. Now, her plan was ruined. How could she feel comfortable spending it on a useless person? After hearing Hu Chunhua and Li Chuiying's words, Liang Jinqiao frowned and became even more anxious. He was worried that Xiao Yuner really wouldn't be able to come back. Just as he was worrying, a voice suddenly sounded from outside. Yuner is here. Yuner is all right. Second sister, you're back. Seeing that Xiao Yuner was back, old Zhao's family had different reactions. Xiao Yuner made her feel a little disappointed. Liang Jinqiao hurriedly ran out of the house. Yuner, you're finally back. Mother was worried sick. Liang Jinqiao held Xiao Yuner's hand and wiped the tears from the corners of his eyes emotionally. A few days after Xiao Yuner left, Liang Jinqiao looked much more haggard. He probably couldn't sleep because he was worried about her these past few days. Mother, don't worry. Aren't I back now? It's good that you're back, it's good that you're back. Liang Jinqiao heaved a sigh of relief. His heart, which had been hanging in the air, was finally at ease. When Liang Jinqiao saw Mu Lianfeng standing behind Xiao Yuner, he asked, Yuner, did Shitzi help you come back safely this time? Yes. Xiao Yuner nodded. Upon hearing this, Liang Jinchao hurriedly knelt in front of Mu Lianfeng and thanked Mu Lianfeng. Shitzi, it's all thanks to you this time. I can't thank you enough. Mu Lianfeng hurriedly helped Liang Jinchao up from the ground. Auntie, you're too kind. Yuner was innocent in the first place. It was just a small matter. Then I still have to thank Shitzi. Alright, mother, you don't have to be so polite with him. Xiao Yuner said with a smile. Hu Chunhua also came out of the house. When she saw Mu Lianfeng, she trembled and was a little scared. This time, Mu Lianfeng was dressed luxuriously. At a glance, she could tell that he was a person of status. She also knew that Mu Lianfeng was Shitzi. Just as Hu Chunhua was about to hide, she suddenly heard a shout. Stop right there. It was Xiao Yuner's voice. Hu Chunhua stopped in her tracks and turned around stiffly. You wretched girl, why are you so fierce? Are you trying to scare me to death? Grandmother, what are you afraid of? Is it because you have a guilty conscience that you were frightened by my shout? Chapter 390. Xiao Yun hooked her finger at Hu Chunhua and said, Grandma, shouldn't you return my things to me? What things? Of course, the things that you took from my house. Xiao Yun's voice became colder. Old Xiao's family didn't touch those things after they brought them back. Hu Chunhua was afraid of Mu Lianfeng, so she asked Li Chuiying to take out those things. He placed them in front of Xiao Yun and said to Xiao Yun, the things are all here. We didn't take advantage of you. You can count them yourself. Xiao Yun took a look and saw that the things were indeed not missing. Then she said, these are all correct. Where's my Xiao Mao? Xiao Mao? What Xiao Mao? Of course it's the donkey. Grandma, don't play dumb. Don't tell me that you didn't bring my Xiao Mao back. Oh, you wretched girl. Aren't you wronging me again? Your Xiao Mao ran away by itself. I didn't get it back. Xiao Yun frowned. Xiao Mao ran away by itself. It was tied up in the wooden shed. How could it run away by itself? Mu Lianfeng saw that he couldn't hide what old Zhao's family did, so he told Xiao Yun what happened that day. He didn't want to tell Xiao Yun because he didn't want Xiao Yun to worry. But now he had to tell her. Xiao Yun was furious when she heard it. She didn't expect that old Zhao's family would do such a shameless thing on the day she left. Xiao Yun coldly glanced at Hu Chunhua and scolded, how could they do this kind of robbery? How interesting. Uncle Li Zheng, I don't know if you're going to take care of this matter. If you don't, I'll go to the authorities and report it. A two-tailed donkey and these things will be locked up for at least a year, right? When Hu Chunhua heard this, her legs trembled. He looked at the other members of old Zhao's family for help. Zhao Ping stood up again and began to defend Hu Chunhua. Xiao Yun, when did Grandma snatch your things? Aren't all your things here? It's not like you're missing anything. As for your donkey, it grew legs and ran away. Who can you blame? Hu Chunhua also hurriedly replied, yeah, Ping is right. Who stole your things? Don't slander others. Lu Fugue stood up and sighed. He began to mediate, Yuner, your family. Let's just forget about this. Your grandmother and the others did go a little overboard that day, but these things are still here. I'll return them to you now. As for your family's donkey, you did run away by yourself. Even if you report it to the authorities, they might not necessarily convict you. So Lu Fugue meant that she should just let it go and not pursue this matter. She was letting old Zhao's family take advantage of this for nothing. Xiao Yun couldn't take this lying down. Just as she was thinking about how to vent her anger on old Zhao's family, Mu Lianfeng said indifferently, "Since that's the case, we won't pursue this matter." Before this heir apparent left last time, I said that when this heir apparent returned, I would ask for Grandma Zhao's punishment. A faint smile hung on Mu Lianfeng's lips. His sharp gaze landed on Hu Chunhua. Hu Chunhua immediately realized what was going on. She was so frightened that she quickly knelt in front of Mu Lianfeng. "Heir apparent, please let me go." I was wrong. Xiao Yun had never seen Hu Chunhua so frightened. Chapter 391. One had to know that people like Hu Chunhua weren't afraid of being beaten. "Let you off? How can that be? Don't tell me I have to take back what I've said. Where will my dignity be in the future?" The people who came to old Zhao's house to watch all knew that Hu Chunhua wanted to eat feces last time. This time, Mu Lianfeng meant that he was going to let Hu Chunhua eat feces again. Everyone held back their laughter and waited to watch the show. "Lord Heir, my wife is not sensible. Can you let her off?" Zhao Baoshan went forward to plead. It was not that he wanted to protect Hu Chunhua, but old Zhao's family could not afford to lose face like this. They could not let old Zhao's family be mocked for the rest of their lives because of this incident. Let her off. Considering what she did, this punishment is already considered light. You were the ones who suggested this punishment in the first place, Mu Lianfeng said calmly. Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui with disappointment. If it were not for this daughter of his, such an embarrassing incident would not have happened. Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and turned her head to the side, not daring to look into Zhao Baoshan's eyes. This is all because my daughter is not sensible. She spoke carelessly. Lord Heir, why don't you change the punishment? You've changed the punishment so many times. What you said doesn't count. Then, can I change my words and follow the original punishment method? Mu Lianfeng was talking about sewing Hu Chunhua's mouth with a needle. Hu Chunhua was so frightened that she quickly said, Lord Heir, you should let me eat feces. Don't sew my mouth. Zhao Baoshan glared at Hu Chunhua again. This old woman was really too useless. Xiao Yun choked on Hu Chunhua's words. She looked at Mu Lianfeng with a stunned expression. Eat feces. Did she hear wrongly? Let Hu Chunhua eat shit. Mu Lianfeng saw Zhao Yuner looking at him and smiled gently at Zhao Yuner. What's wrong? Yuner. Mu Lianfeng, I'm more curious about what happened after I left that day. Why did Mu Lianfeng punish Hu Chunhua to eat shit? Could it be that Mu Lianfeng had such a strong taste? She couldn't tell. Mu Lianfeng's smile widened. Seeing Zhao Yun's curious expression and the way she was sizing him up, he was afraid that Zhao Yun would misunderstand him, so he told her what happened that day. After Zhao Yun heard this, she couldn't help but burst out laughing. This Zhao Xinhui was definitely the most deceitful person she had ever met. He could even come up with such a rotten idea. Hu Chunhua had doted on her daughter like a treasure for so many years, but now it seemed that all her love was in vain. Zhao Xinhui didn't care at all. If you eat shit, then don't stay in our old Zhao's house anymore. Old Zhao's family doesn't have such an embarrassing person. Zhao Baoshan said harshly again. Today, he really made up his mind. If Hu Chunhua did such an embarrassing thing, he would divorce her. He would chase Hu Chunhua back to her parents' house. This way, old Zhao's family wouldn't be laughed at so badly. You old man, then what do you think we should do? Let the air sew my mouth. Then I'll probably die of pain. In any case, I've served you for most of my life. Why are you so cruel to me? Hu Chunhua sat on the ground and wailed like a ghost. Although Zhao Yun wanted to see Hu Chunhua suffer and punish this old woman, the way she ate shit was too strong. Isn't it all your fault? Looking for trouble when you have nothing to do, you just want to pick on Yun. Otherwise, how could you offend the heir? You asked for it. Zhao Baoshan coldly snorted. Chapter 392. Hu Chunhua pursed her lips at Zhao Baoshan's scolding. If she had known that Zhao Yun was backed by the heir, she wouldn't have dared to cause trouble even if she was beaten to death. Old man, what's the point of saying this now? Hu Chunhua retorted. If you want to get away, why don't you go and beg Yun? Who knows, maybe the heir will let you off if she forgives you. After Zhao Baoshan finished speaking, Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun, and then at Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng smiled and said, that's right. If Yun forgives you, I can consider letting you off. Mu Lianfeng still wanted to let Zhao Yun have the initiative in this matter. Zhao Yun's idea of torturing people was definitely better than his. Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun and said, Yun, you're also from our hometown. You can't just watch your grandmother be humiliated like this, right? People will laugh at our family. In the future, your sister and 2 younger brothers' marriages will also be affected. Hu Chunhua started to play the emotional card. She knew that it was useless to force Zhao Yun to do this. Hu Chunhua was considered smart. When she said this, Zhao Yun carefully considered it. She didn't care about Zhao Ping. Whether she got married or not had nothing to do with her. However, she had 2 younger brothers. Zhao Yun didn't want old Zhao's reputation to affect them. This time, she only wanted to teach Hu Chunhua a lesson for a moment of pleasure. After she taught her a lesson, old Zhao's scandal would spread quickly. Zhao Yun thought about it. Why not use this opportunity to do something else? Grandma, I've already separated from the family. Your old Zhao's matters have nothing to do with me. Other people's matters have nothing to do with me either. I don't need to worry about this. You heartless person. How can you be so cruel to your grandmother and family? Hu Chunhua started to wail and howl again. Zhao Baoshan frowned. Looking at Zhao Yun, he knew that she wasn't going to let Hu Chunhua off. He sighed slightly and signaled Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinchao with his eyes. Zhao Wenhua didn't want to persuade Zhao Yun, but he was afraid that Zhao Baoshan and Hu Chunhua would cause trouble for him again. Thus, he said, Yun, forget it. Your grandmother knows her mistake. She definitely won't cause trouble at your place again. Zhao Yun glanced at Zhao Wenhua. Why was her father so cowardly? He was speaking up for old Zhao's family again. She won't do it again. I don't know how many times Grandma has caused trouble, but she never changes. Who knows if she'll do it again next time? Yun, can you promise me that you won't do it again in front of everyone in the village? Zhao Baoshan asked embarrassedly. Zhao Yun pretended to be conflicted. Actually, it's not impossible, but you have to promise me one more thing. Yun, tell us. If we can do it, we'll definitely agree, Zhao Baoshan agreed. Hu Chunhua also quickly agreed, that's right. As long as Master Heir Presumptive lets me off, Yun, you can ask for anything. We'll definitely do it if we can. Just don't let her eat sh*t in front of so many people, Zhao Yun smirked. You can definitely do it. My request is to split up the family. My parents and 3 branches will be separated from old Zhao's family. You have to give them everything that belongs to the family. As for the other branches, it's up to you whether you want to split them or not. Chapter 393. They never thought that Zhao Yun would suggest this. Let the 3rd branch separate. Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinchao were even more stunned. It wasn't that the 3rd branch hadn't thought of separating, but they didn't dare to mention it to Hu Chunhua and Zhao Baoshan in the past. Now, Zhao Yun helped them bring it up. If they could separate this time, the third branch was naturally willing, so they didn't say anything. First, they would listen to how Zhao Baoshan, Wu Chunhua, and the rest of old Zhao's family would respond. Zhao Yun had always hoped that her parents could separate from old Zhao's family, but unfortunately, she didn't have the chance. With her parents' temperaments, they didn't dare to make a fuss, and separating wasn't an easy matter. This time, if they could change the troublesome Wu Chunhua into the third branch, it would be worth it. Seeing that old Zhao's family didn't say anything, Zhao Yun raised her eyebrows. Grandfather, grandmother, you don't agree, right? Then forget it, let's just stick to the previous punishment. Zhao Baoshan hurriedly waved his hand, frowned, and said in a deep voice, Yun, girl, are you really going to let your parents separate? It won't be good for them to separate. Tianfu still needs to go to school. If they separate, old Zhao's family won't provide for him. Grandfather, you don't have to worry about this. If the third branch separates, old Zhao's family won't pay for Tianfu's school fees. It was only a few taels of silver a year. Zhao Yun believed that she could earn enough to provide for Zhao Tianfu. After hearing Zhao Yun's words, the rest of old Zhao's family had no reason to object. If the third branch separates, there would still be a sum of money left over from Zhao Tianfu's school fees. Old man, let's separate. Let the third branch move out. Anyway, we have a lot of people. It's fine even without the third branch. Wu Chunhua hurriedly urged. She was afraid that if Zhao Baoshan did not agree, Mu Lianfeng would make her eat sh*t. That's right, father. Let the third branch move out. Use the money from Tianfu province for my Tianyu studies. Li Chuiying hurriedly said. Old Zhao's family had a good plan. No matter how good Zhao Yun's life was, she wouldn't help the third branch, so old Zhao's family couldn't benefit from it. On the other hand, Zhao Tianlong would definitely be able to pass the high scholar examination after this trip to the capital city. Old Zhao's family would also be able to achieve meteoric success. The third branch could only wait to regret it. Once they moved out, old Zhao's family's good days would no longer have anything to do with the third branch. Zhao Baoshan was unwilling to move out. They were a good family with two elders still around. There was no reason to move out. What he was most afraid of was that if the third branch moved out, the other branches of the first and second branch would also make a fuss about moving out. However, if they didn't move out and didn't agree to Zhao Yun's request, would they really let Wu Chunhua eat sh*t and embarrass herself? Zhao Yun was a little impatient. If you don't agree, then forget it. I don't have that much time to waste with you. Okay. Of course it's okay. Yun, girl, don't be anxious. Wu Chunhua hurriedly said and then poked Zhao Baoshan. Old man, hurry up and say something. Otherwise, I'll eat sh*t. Hey, third brother's wife, what are you thinking? Do you want to move out? Zhao Baoshan sighed and looked at Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinqiao. Being called out by Zhao Baoshan, Zhao Tianhua didn't know what to say. If he said that he wanted to move out, wouldn't he hurt his parents' feelings? Father, Chapter 394. In the past few years, Liang Jinqiao didn't have the opportunity to help Zhao Yun, because the third branch hadn't been separated. Everything belonged to old Zhao's family and wasn't something they could use as they wished. Every time they gave something, they had to be sneaky, as if they were thieves. If the third branch didn't seize the opportunity this time, it wouldn't be so easy to separate in the future. Zhao Baoshan looked deeply at Liang Jinqiao. Third brother's wife was usually soft-hearted, but now she actually said such words. Since third brother's wife has said so, I have no reason to not separate. Then the third branch will be separated from our old Zhao's family today. Zhao Baoshan finally relented, but his expression was a little lonely. Just as he was about to talk about how the third branch would be separated, Feng Zhangxia suddenly asked, Yun, is Daodu really your son? When Feng Zhangxia said this, old Zhao's family finally reacted. If Daodu was the son of young Master Shizi, then the third branch would be at a disadvantage if they were separated. It was naturally good to have a little relationship with young Master Shizi. Zhao Yun's eyes flashed with a touch of complexity. Feng Zhangxia deliberately asked this, probably because she had some ulterior motives. Of course not. If he was young Master Shizi's son, would I have suffered these 3 years? Feng Zhangxia thought about it and agreed. If he was young Master Shizi's son, would Zhao Yun still come back to the countryside? Mu Lianfeng probably said it casually that day to take Daodu away. Okay, there's no need to ask about other things. Let's talk about the separation first. Zhao Baoshan brought the matter to the main topic. He was a little afraid that Daodu's identity would be discovered. Okay. Old Zhao's family responded. Coincidentally, Li Zhang was present today. There were many villagers who came as well. With Li Zhang as a witness, there would be no disputes after the family split. Old Zhao's family didn't have many things. After some discussion, they decided to give the third branch 1 mu of paddy field and 1 mu of dry land. As for the rooms, the third bedroom would still be in the original one, but the kitchen would have to be rebuilt. As for the money, Hu Chunhua gritted her teeth and took out 800 copper coins and gave it to the third branch. The money was enough for the third branch for a while. Old Zhao's family also got some of the food. The third branch was satisfied with this result. At least with so many things, they could support old Zhao's family for a while. The most important thing was that they could move away from old Zhao's A-class family. Yun, look, we've already broken up with this family. Can we just forget about your grandmother? Zhao Baoshan asked. Zhao Yun nodded. Then let's forget about it. But it doesn't mean that we'll forget about it the next time. I know, Yun, Your grandmother won't go to your place to make trouble if she has nothing to do. Okay. Zhao Yun responded faintly. Seeing that Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng had left, Hu Chunhua was sure that she was safe. She heaved a sigh of relief and sat down on the ground. Mother, what's the matter? Li Chuiying went up and asked politely. Zhao Xinhui also put on a rare act. He went up to Hu Chunhua and asked her with concern, Mother, what's wrong with you? They've already left. Why are you still so scared? Hu Chunhua waved her hand. You silly girl, you don't know. My legs are still weak. Hurry up and help me up. Chapter 395. The last time she came back, Zhao Xinhui was severely scolded by Zhao Baoshan. Zhao Baoshan scolded her for being heartless and making her own mother eat sh*t. Zhao Xinhui was worried that Zhao Baoshan was in a bad mood today and that she would be scolded again, so she hurriedly pretended to be concerned about Hu Chunhua. When Zhao Xinhui approached Hu Chunhua, she smelled the stench of urine and couldn't help but frown. Zhao Xinhui frowned and hurriedly let go of Hu Chunhua. There was a hint of disdain in her voice. Mother, have you not bathed in a long time? Why do you still smell like urine? Hu Chunhua stretched her nose and sniffed. She asked, Really? I just bathed the day before yesterday. How can I smell like urine again? Did you not wash yourself clean? How can that be? If you didn't wash yourself clean, it means that you didn't wipe off the dust on your body. It's impossible that you can't get rid of the smell of urine. But mother, you smell it on your body. Second sister-in-law, smell it. Li Chuiying leaned over and sniffed. Mother, it does smell a little stinky. Hu Chunhua was puzzled. What was going on? Let's not talk about this for now. Second sister-in-law, hurry and help me up. Li Chuiying endured the stench of urine and helped Hu Chunhua up. Just as he helped Hu Chunhua up, Zhao Xinhui exclaimed, "Mother, you peed in your pants." Li Chuiying also looked at Hu Chunhua's butt and found that it was wet. There was a wet mark next to Hu Chunhua's butt. It was obvious that she had urinated. No wonder Hu Chunhua smelled like urine. It turned out to be because of this. I peed in my pants. Hu Chunhua opened her mouth. She was also a little surprised. How could she have peed in her pants? Her daughter's voice was so loud that everyone heard it. The villagers who were about to leave couldn't help but cover their mouths and laugh when they heard Zhao Xinhui's words. This old woman was so old, but she still peed in her pants. How could she be so useless? Mother, why don't you see it yourself? Your pants are so wet. Zhao Xinhui complained. Hu Chunhua touched her butt and found it was indeed wet. She was probably too scared and didn't even know that she peed in her pants. Hu Chunhua felt very embarrassed for a moment. Hearing the laughter coming from all directions, she felt even more embarrassed. If it wasn't for her daughter shouting so loudly, they wouldn't have found out. Now, she had lost a lot of face. Don't shout so loudly next time. It'll be so embarrassing if other people find out. Zhao Xinhui curled her lips. I know, Mother. I shouted out in a moment of excitement. Your hand touched my pants. Don't touch me. Zhao Xinhui said and moved away immediately. The more Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui, the more he disliked her. How could he raise such a heartless girl? He didn't know whether Zhao Xinhui was mentally retarded or not. She didn't know what she should do and what she shouldn't do. Father, I'll go and see if Yuna needs any help. I'll go and help her. Zhao Xinhui said to Zhao Baoshan. It was rare to see Zhao Xinhui being so sensible. It would be good for her to help Zhao Yuner, so Zhao Baoshan nodded. Go ahead. Sure. Zhao Xinhui ran away excitedly. Chapter 396. However, Zhao Xinhui's intention was not to help Zhao Yun. Instead, she wanted to take the opportunity to get close to Mu Lianfeng. If she didn't find more opportunities to hang out in front of Mu Lianfeng, how could Mu Lianfeng remember her? Zhao Ping saw through Zhao Xinhui's thoughts and hurriedly caught up with Zhao Xinhui's footsteps. Master, I'll also go and help Yun. Seeing these two people who were usually as lazy as maggots suddenly say such words, Zhao Baoshan couldn't help but shake his head. He felt that it was really strange. Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng returned to Zhao Yun's dilapidated house. Everything in the house had been rummaged through, so it was a bit messy. She had to tidy it up again. Looking at the original vegetable garden that had been ruined, Zhao Yun felt an indescribable heartache. Not only had some of the vegetables been pulled out, but chickens and ducks had also been put in. The leaves of the vegetables that had just sprouted were riddled with holes. Although these vegetables weren't worth much, they were Zhao Yun's painstaking efforts after all. After working so hard for so many days, the things were ruined. She definitely felt bad. Zhao Yun first went to the house to tidy it up. She arranged everything neatly, then took a broom and swept it inside and out again. Yun, I'll go and fetch water for you. Mu Lianfeng said. There was no water in the water tank at home. Wiping the table and wiping the stove required water. Mu Lianfeng went out to fetch water. At this time, the third branch was also busy dividing and cleaning things in old Zhao's house. Her two younger brothers didn't come over. Otherwise, Zhao Tianan would definitely help her carry water. Zhao Yun was a woman, so it was still a bit difficult for her to carry water back. Seeing Mu Lianfeng bring it up, Zhao Yun said, Mu Lianfeng, you don't know where the river is. Let me go. It's okay. Dowdy can take me there. This kind of work is supposed to be done by a man. Seeing Mu Lianfeng insist, Zhao Yun smiled and said, then you go. Let Dowdy take you. Yes. Zhao Yun was worried. Mu Lianfeng had been pampered for so many years. Would he know how to do this kind of rough work? Although carrying water wasn't a difficult task, if it wasn't done well, it would be quite strenuous. If it wasn't done well, it would be easy for the water to splash onto himself. Daddy, let's go. Dowdy ran ahead excitedly. At this moment, Dowdy couldn't wait to drag Mu Lianfeng to stroll around the village and show everyone that he also had a daddy. And such a tall and his daddy. Yes. Mu Lianfeng carried 2 buckets of water and began to walk out of the door. When Zhao Yun saw Mu Lianfeng carrying buckets of water, she felt that he was a bit out of place. Mu Lianfeng's temperament was really too good. He didn't look like someone who would do this kind of rough work in the countryside. This kind of work should be done by the mountain men in the countryside. Mu Lianfeng seemed to feel Zhao Yun's scorching gaze. After walking a few steps, he turned around and asked, Yun, why are you looking at me like that? Zhao Yun smiled and said, nothing. I just think that you look a little funny. Funny? Is that so? Mu Lianfeng raised his eyebrows. Yes, a little. It's because this heir also looks very handsome when carrying buckets of water, right? Mu Lianfeng said somewhat narcissistically. Zhao Yun knew that Mu Lianfeng was just joking with her. She still rolled her eyes and said, narcissist. Mu Lianfeng's laughter became louder. He felt that joking with Zhao Yun actually brought the two of them closer. Only people who were familiar with each other would do this, right? Chapter 397. Mu Lianfeng had only taken a few steps when he heard Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping's voices behind him. The two of them greeted Mu Lianfeng in a flattering manner. Lord Heir. Mu Lianfeng stopped in his tracks and raised his eyebrows. What can I do for you two ladies? His voice was mild. He wanted to see if Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping were here to cause trouble for Zhao Yun. Zhao Xinhui pinched her handkerchief and bashfully looked at Mu Lianfeng. Lord Heir, why are you carrying a bucket of water? Who wants to carry water? Do you need my help? Zhao Ping was unwilling to be left behind. That's right, that's right. Lord Heir, is there anything you need our help with? The two of us can help you together. Zhao Xinhui was displeased to see Zhao Ping being so attentive in front of Mu Lianfeng. She thought that an ugly woman like Zhao Ping had the nerve to stroll in front of Mu Lianfeng. Wasn't she afraid of disgusting him? Help me. Mu Lianfeng chuckled, and there was an additional look in his eyes. Zhao Yun walked out and stood to the side. When she saw Zhao Ping and Zhao Xinhui acting like this, she couldn't help but roll her eyes. These two women were really interesting. Both of them were trying to curry favor with Mu Lianfeng. They must be up to no good. That's right, that's right. Lord Heir, it looks like you're really carrying water. How can a person of your status do this kind of work? Zhao Yun is really too much. She doesn't know the rules at all. Zhao Xinhui complained and then glanced at Zhao Yun angrily. Zhao Yun only found it a little ridiculous. She couldn't be bothered to bicker with Zhao Xinhui and wanted to see what she would say next. This lord is a man. It's understandable that I'm helping Yun do some work. If the two ladies don't have anything else, then this lord will take his leave. Seeing that Mu Lianfeng was about to leave, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping hurriedly chased after him. Lord Heir, let us help you. As Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping spoke, the two of them each took one of the wooden buckets that Mu Lian was carrying. Since the two ladies are so enthusiastic, then I'll leave the task of carrying water to the two of you. This Lord Heir will go back and rest first. Mu Lianfeng curved the corners of his mouth and smiled magnificently. He didn't forget to add, I might need a little more water, so I'll have to trouble the two ladies to make a few more trips. After Mu Lianfeng finished speaking, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping were all stunned. Mu Lianfeng meant that the two of them should go and that he wouldn't go alone. But by offering to help, they wanted to hang out in front of Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and said, Lord Heir, you're really not going. Didn't the two ladies say that they wanted to help? Each of you is carrying a bucket. What can this Lord Heir do to help? Or are the two ladies unwilling to help? Zhao Xinhui hurriedly waved her hand. No, Lord Heir, I didn't mean that. You're the Lord Heir. Naturally, you should rest. Then the two ladies can go and carry water. Oh, okay. Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping reluctantly walked towards the river. They really didn't manage to hook up with Mu Lianfeng. Instead, they had to work. How tiring would it be to carry water? Just one trip was enough, and they had to make a few more. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping had left, a sly look flashed across Mu Lianfeng's eyes. Zhao Yun couldn't help but ask, You're really letting them carry water? Chapter 398. Zhao Yun also smiled. She knew that Mu Lianfeng was teasing Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping. Now, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping didn't end up well with Mu Lianfeng. Instead, they were sent to work by Mu Lianfeng. She was very curious. If Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping found out the truth, how much trauma would they feel in their hearts? As for Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping, because of Zhao Yun, Mu Lianfeng also somewhat disliked these two people. Just making them work was already the lightest punishment. Of course, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping should be glad that they didn't do anything too excessive to Zhao Yun. Otherwise, Mu Lianfeng, I realized that you weren't like this in the past. Or should I say, I know too little about you. Zhao Yun said with a smile. In the past, Mu Lianfeng's image in front of Zhao Yun was that of a serious and proper man. Now, she felt that Mu Lianfeng was somewhat two-faced. Zhao Yun didn't know if she could continue to interact with Mu Lianfeng. What else could she discover about Mu Lianfeng that was different from the image in her heart? Yun, maybe you don't know me well enough. There's still a long way to go. You will have a deeper understanding of what kind of person I am. Mu Lianfeng smiled slightly, revealing a charming smile. Zhao Yun hurriedly turned her head. She was afraid that if she looked at Mu Lianfeng again, she would be fascinated by him. Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping walked towards the river in the village. Halfway there, Zhao Xinhui directly handed the wooden bucket in her hand to Zhao Ping, and said to Zhao Ping, Zhao Ping, help me hold it. Zhao Ping frowned and said reluctantly, Auntie, you have hands. Why do you want me to hold it? Why do you talk so much nonsense when I'm asking you to hold it for me? My hands are tired from carrying it. It's so sore. Zhao Xinhui put the wooden bucket on the ground and rubbed her wrists. For so long, Zhao Xinhui was a person who didn't do household chores. She couldn't even bear to do a little work. So she found it difficult to carry a wooden bucket that weighed a few kilograms. Seeing Zhao Xinhui like this, Zhao was her auntie. Her sister-in-law was really too much. She only knew how to bully her and push all the work to her. She clearly didn't have the life of an eldest miss, but she liked to do things that only an eldest miss would do. Wasn't it difficult for her to carry the wooden bucket? Now she was carrying 2 wooden buckets. Would her auntie make her carry 2 buckets of water by herself when they came back later? She wasn't a man and didn't have that much strength. Why are you still in a daze? Why aren't you moving? Zhao Xinhui urged unhappily and said to Zhao Ping, She was so dazed that it was annoying to look at her. Zhao Ping, then reluctantly lifted Zhao Xinhui's wooden bucket. The sooner we bring the water back, the sooner we can talk to Master Shitzi. Do you understand? Zhao Xinhui whispered to Zhao Ping, Zhao Ping, was instantly energized when she heard Zhao Xinhui's words. Auntie, you're right. We should bring the water back as soon as possible. Chapter 399. Zhao Xinhui touched her own face as she spoke. Her face was what she was most satisfied with. If a woman had a beautiful face, she would have capital. She wouldn't have to worry about not being able to hook up with rich men. Aunt, how can you say that about me? Zhao Ping complained sadly. Zhao Ping didn't feel anything before Zhao Xinhui mentioned it, but Zhao Ping remembered Lu San's reaction when he hugged her and saw her face. Was it destined that no man would like her just because she was ugly? In fact, if she didn't have the birthmark on her face, she would be very ugly too. I didn't say anything wrong. Zhao Ping, you're ugly. You're probably the ugliest woman in our village. Zhao Xinhui said directly. She didn't care about Zhao Ping's feelings at all. Zhao Ping was even sadder. It was fine if they said she was ugly, but now they directly defined her as the ugliest woman in the village. How could she accept it? She couldn't help but mutter, "And I'm not the ugliest woman in the village. Jean Hua is the ugliest woman in the village." Jean Hua's appearance appeared in Zhao Xinhui's mind. She was really fat and strong. Most importantly, her face was full of pockmarks. Just thinking about it made her feel disgusted. She frowned and said, "Then you're the second ugliest woman in our village." Jean Hua is the ugliest. It was a bad comment, but Zhao Xinhui was happy to hear it. "Aunt, I told you. I'm not the ugliest woman in the village," Zhao Ping said with a smile. Zhao Xinhui rolled her eyes in her heart. So what? She was still ugly. "Aunt, Jean Hua is the ugliest woman in our village. If she can get married, I'm sure I can get married in the future too." Zhao Ping began to comfort herself. She couldn't be an old woman who couldn't get married for the rest of her life, right? Wouldn't he be laughed to death by others? Zhao Ping, you're really interesting. Golden Flower can get married, but why don't you see what kind of man she married? If you marry that kind of man, you can do it too, but he's probably a fool, a cripple, and you can even receive a sum of money from him. Do you want me to ask my mother to introduce them to you? No. I don't want to marry a cripple. Then who do you want to marry? Like the crown prince? After being questioned by Zhao Xinhui, Zhao Ping fell silent. She really wanted to marry a man like the crown prince. Every woman wants to marry a rich and handsome man. Zhao Ping, stop dreaming. If the crown prince likes you, then I can only say that he is blind. All right, stop talking. Let's go. Oh. Zhao Ping replied weakly. She felt that she was beaten black and blue by Zhao Xinhui. She couldn't help but think of her face and think of ways to make her face more beautiful. Zhao Yun tidied up the things and finally tidied up properly. Yun girl. It was Aunt Lu's voice. After going through the treatment for the past few days, Uncle Lu's condition had almost recovered. He was recuperating at home for the past few days. Xiao Yun came out and saw Auntie Lu. Behind Auntie Lu was Xiao Mao. Xiao Yun was pleasantly surprised. "Aunt Lu, didn't you say that Xiao Mao ran away by itself? Why?" Chapter 400. Auntie Lu smiled and said, "That day, Xiao Mao did run away, but it wandered around and finally came to my door. Shanzi knew what happened to your family, so he tied Xiao Mao up in my cow shed. No one else knew. When I heard that you were back, I sent Xiao Mao over to you." After listening to Auntie Lu's explanation, Xiao Yun finally understood. Xiao Mao, this beast, was really smart. It didn't run anywhere else. It knew that Auntie Lu's place was safe, so it ran to Auntie Lu's place. "Auntie Lu, thank you. I thought our family's Xiao Mao was lost," Xiao Yun said gratefully. Such a smart little beast, Xiao Yun probably couldn't buy it no matter how much money she spent. "What are you thanking me for? It's your family's Xiao Mao that's smart." I heard that Xiao Mao did something earth-shattering." Xiao Yun was curious about what earth-shattering thing Xiao Mao did. Seeing that Xiao Yun was curious, she guessed that she didn't know, so Auntie Lu told Xiao Yun. When Xiao Yun heard, she covered her mouth and couldn't help but laugh. Xiao Mao actually bullied Hu Chunhua. Xiao Yun stroked Xiao Mao's fur and praised Xiao Mao. "Xiao Mao, I didn't expect you to be so smart. You really did a good job. I'll cook some meat for you to eat later." In the face of Xiao Yun's praise, Xiao Mao proudly raised its head. Auntie Lu couldn't help but laugh. Your family's little donkey is really interesting. It's really different from ordinary beasts. Of course, the one I raised is definitely different." Xiao Yun was also rarely narcissistic. "Yun girl and your family's Xiao Hei," Auntie Lu said as she handed the little puppy in her arms to Xiao Yun. "Ah, it's Xiao Hei," Xiao Yun said with some surprise. He was only thinking about Xiao Mao and had almost forgotten about Xiao Hei. Little Hei was still small, so Hu Chunhua didn't have any ideas about it. After all, such a small puppy couldn't make dog meat hot pot. Xiao Yun took little Hei from Auntie Lu's hands. "Auntie Lu is lucky that you are taking care of her. Otherwise, little Hei would definitely starve to death. Humans would definitely collapse from hunger if they did not eat for a few days, and dogs would naturally be the same." Aunt Lu smiled and said, "That's not true. If it wasn't in my house, Xiao Hei wouldn't have starved to death. In this day and age, other animals might starve to death, but not dogs. Dogs can eat human feces and pig feces. These things are everywhere in the village." When Auntie Lu said that, Xiao Yun felt disgusted. She stared at Little Black and pursed her lips. "Auntie Lu, my Little Black, hasn't eaten shit in the past few days, right?" Auntie Lu was stunned at first, then she smiled and said, No, of course not. Your family's Xiao Hei has food to eat, how can he go back and eat shit? But that big dog of mine doesn't give him milk to drink, so he's been eating thin porridge these past few days. Sometimes, there's some soup in the thin porridge. Luckily, Xiao Hei isn't picky. Xiao Yun then nodded in relief. That's good. When she turned back, she still had to keep an eye on Xiao Hei. She mustn't let him learn from other dogs and eat shit. Although this was a dog's nature, Xiao Yun couldn't accept it. Otherwise, she would have to think carefully about hugging Xiao Hei when she turned back. Xiao Hei went into Xiao Yun's arms, and his eyes instantly lit up. Woof woof woof, he barked at Xiao Yun twice, his little tail wagging around, looking very cute. Chapter 401. Yes, I didn't dote on it for nothing. Xiao Yun patted Blackie's little head as she spoke. It was so furry, so comfortable to hold in her hands. As for Xiao Mao, Xiao Yun brought it back to the wooden shed. Aunt Lu, how's Uncle Lu's illness? Xiao Yun asked with concern. He's much better now. The doctor gave him a few doses of medicine. He should be fine after taking them. Girl, I still have to thank you for this matter. If you didn't sell the bullfrogs, we wouldn't have the money to treat him. Speaking of selling the bullfrogs, Xiao Yun felt a little sorry for Aunt Lu. She didn't know how to say it. But she couldn't not say it. After hesitating for a while, Xiao Yun said to Aunt Lu, "Aunt Lu, Brother Shanzi doesn't have to buy bullfrogs anymore. I won't do the restaurant business anymore." Aunt Lu also knew that Xiao Yun's accident this time had something to do with the restaurant. Xiao Yun must have her reasons for not doing it. So she nodded and said, "Yun, it's okay. The money we earned before is almost enough to treat your Uncle Lu's illness." "That's good. Yun, don't worry. Just take care of yourself. Our family can handle it." Yes. Then Yun, I'll leave first. If there's anything, just call me." "Okay, Aunt Lu. Take care." "Okay." After Aunt Lu left, Xiao Yun handed Xiao He to Daodu. After not seeing Xiao He for a few days, Daodu missed him very much. He held him in his hands and stroked him non-stop. Xiao He also licked Daodu's little hands. When Xiao Mao saw the interaction between Xiao He and Daodu, it couldn't help but feel jealous. It kept barking at Xiao He and Daodu. Xiao Yun caught a glimpse of Xiao Mao's movements and patted Daodu's head. "Daodu, Xiao Mao is jealous. Don't always play with Xiao He. Bring Xiao Mao along too." Daodu came back to his senses and nodded. "Okay, mother, I'll go now." After Daodu ran away, only Xiao Yun and Mu Lianfeng were left. Xiao Yun smiled and said, "I'm going to make lunch." "Mu Lianfeng, are you hungry?" Mu Lianfeng shook his head. "I'm fine. I'm not that hungry." "You still have to do it. It's already past mealtime." "I'll help you." "All right." The two of them entered the kitchen together and worked together. One of them was cooking at the stove, while the other was tending to the fire below. Not long after, white smoke rose from the stove and the kitchen was filled with smoke. When they returned from the heir presumptive's residence, they had prepared some food. There were cured meat, salted fish, and some sweets and pastries. Xiao Yun made do with some stir-fried cured meat for lunch and pulled out a handful of leftover cabbage from the vegetable garden. Then, she steamed a pot of fragrant rice. It was steaming hot and fragrant. Xiao Yun was preparing to cook when she turned around and bumped into Mu Lianfeng. When did he run behind her? "Yun, are you okay?" Mu Lianfeng asked nervously. Xiao Yun shook her head. "I'm fine." Fortunately, she didn't bump into him too hard. However, Mu Lianfeng's chest was too hard. She was afraid that she might have hurt his wound. Seeing that Mu Lianfeng didn't react, she assumed that he was fine. "Yun." Mu Lianfeng suddenly pulled Xiao Yun into his arms. In the low-ceilinged kitchen, Xiao Yun felt that the space had become smaller. Her nose was filled with Mu Lianfeng's scent. Chapter 402. Mu Lianfeng. "What are you doing?" Xiao Yun asked softly. "Nothing, Yun I just want to hug you. I'm leaving in the afternoon, so I might be separated from you for a while. I'll miss you. Will you miss me?" Xiao Yun didn't know how to answer Mu Lianfeng's question. Would she miss him? It might be, however, other than her father, she had never thought of any other man in her life. I don't know. Xiao Yun answered honestly. "Yun you won't miss me." Mu Lianfeng was a little disappointed. "You haven't left yet. How would I know if I'll miss you? But no matter if I miss you or not, you should come back soon." Zhao Yun mumbled. Don't worry. I'll come back as soon as possible. When I come back, we'll be together. Okay. Zhao Yun answered softly. Just as the two of them were hugging, Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping's voices suddenly came from outside the door. When Zhao Xinhui and Zhao Ping saw Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yun hugging each other, they bit their chins hard. Zhao Xinhui rushed in and started scolding Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun, it's broad daylight. You're seducing a man and hugging a man. Aren't you too shameless? The originally good atmosphere was ruined by Zhao Xinhui. Mu Lianfeng frowned in disgust. Zhao Yun was naturally embarrassed to be seen by others. She quickly separated from Mu Lianfeng. She cleared her throat and replied unhappily, "What does it have to do with you?" "Well, Zhao Yun, you're still so arrogant after doing such a shameless thing. Don't you have any shame? I've never seen a woman like you." Zhao Xinhui started to clamor again. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Xinhui's reaction. She was obviously mad with jealousy when she saw her with Mu Lianfeng. Now, she was deliberately condemning her. Damn it, did she really think she was easy to bully? Zhao Yun stared at Zhao Ping and chuckled. "I'm shameless. I think you're the shameless one, aren't you? You can't wait to stick to a man whenever you see him. I don't see you being so attentive. Now you're asking me to help you. Aren't you just trying to get close to His Highness?" After being exposed by Zhao Yun, Zhao Xinhui felt guilty and blushed. However, she still replied unwillingly, "What's wrong with me helping His Highness? How could a person like her help you with your work?" "Zhao Yun, what kind of charm did you use to seduce you? Let me tell you, you should know your place. You've already given birth to a child. You're no longer a virgin. Don't do anything that will embarrass our old Zhao family." Zhao Yun's smile became colder. It was really interesting. "Zhao Xinhui, please get this straight. You're the one who seduced him. You're the one who acted indecently, yet you're talking about others. Where's your shame?" Zhao Yun retorted. "Saying that I'm no longer a virgin is better than saying that you're staying at home and can't get married. If you want to talk about knowing your place, you have the nerve to say it to others. Why don't you say it to yourself? Do you think you're good enough for you?" Zhao Xinhui was driven mad by Zhao Yun's words. Zhao Yun, this be *tch. She had to kill her. Hence, she threw down the bucket in her hand and rushed towards Zhao Yun. Chapter 403. Seeing Zhao Xinhui rushing over, Mu Lianfeng was originally going to help Zhao Yun, but Zhao Yun pushed him away. She did not want to hide behind Mu Lianfeng and become a little woman protected by a man. Moreover, she could deal with such a small matter. Dealing with Zhao Xinhui was not a problem at all. When Zhao Xinhui rushed in front of Zhao Yun calmly moved aside. Zhao Xinhui immediately bumped into Zhao Yun's kitchen stove. Her stomach was hit hard, and it was extremely painful. Zhao Xinhui gritted her teeth and fell to the ground, crying out in pain. "Ouch, it hurts so much. I can't take it anymore." Zhao Ping watched from the side. She had no intention of helping Zhao Xinhui. Instead, she covered her mouth and snuck a peek. Her aunt had scolded her and said that she was ugly just now. Great, now she had also learned her lesson. The more Zhao Xinhui screamed, the happier Zhao Ping felt. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Xinhui, who was squatting on the ground. She did not have any intention of softening her heart. Instead, she directly lifted Zhao Xinhui up and threw her out of the kitchen. After Zhao Xinhui tossed and turned like this, the bones in her body were all shattered. "Zhao Ping, are you dead? You didn't even help me up when you saw me on the ground. Zhao Xinhui kicked Zhao Ping'er. Zhao Ping'er reluctantly walked to Zhao Xinhui's side and pulled Zhao Xinhui up from the ground. Aunt, wretched girl, I'll deal with you later. No, Aunt, you can't beat Zhao Yuner. Let's just forget about it, okay? Zhao Xinhui was not willing to let it go. She turned to Mu Lianfeng with an aggrieved expression and acted coquettishly to Mu Lianfeng. Lord Heir, look at Zhao Yuner. She's too much. You have to seek justice for me. Men would always feel sorry for beautiful women. Zhao Xinhui pretended to be pitiful again. Even if Mu Lianfeng would not really help her, at least seeing her being bullied so miserably, he would at least know how vicious Zhao Yuner was, right? Men also hated vicious women, and the crown prince should be the same. But after Zhao Xinhui's tearful complaints, Mu Lianfeng smiled faintly and said, Why do I feel that this is all your fault? Lord Heir, how could it be my fault? It was clearly Zhao Yuner, that slut, who seduced you. You have to keep your eyes open and not be fooled by her. You don't know, but her reputation has long been ruined. Not only did she get pregnant before marriage and seduce a wild man, but there were also rumors about her relationship with other men in the village. She didn't pick up anything at all. Otherwise, our Zhao family wouldn't have chased her out. She saw that your status is not ordinary, so she pretended in front of you to attract your attention. She wants to rise to the top in the future. Zhao Yuner listened to Zhao Xinhui's scolding and really turned her into an extremely disgusting and evil woman. Just as Zhao Xinhui was getting excited, Zhao Yuner came over and directly slapped Zhao Xinhui's mouth. Zhao Xinhui, you should keep these words to yourself. Don't falsely accuse me of seducing men. Lord Heir is my man. Do I need to seduce him? You're the slut. You're also thinking about my man. Let me ask you, are you worthy? Speaking of being disgraceful, I don't think anyone in old Zhao's family is more disgraceful than you. Zhao Yuner's slap caused Zhao Xinhui's mouth to swell. She wanted to continue to quarrel with Zhao Yuner, but she couldn't speak. She could only cry. Chapter 404. This feels so good. As the saying goes, B** cheese will be punished by the heavens. Zhao Yun had already helped her deal with a B** tch like her younger aunt. She didn't even need to do anything. That B** tch couldn't say anything now. Let's see what she can say about her now. Faced with Zhao Yun's valiant appearance, Mu Lianfeng wasn't afraid at all. Instead, the smile on his face deepened. He looked at Zhao Yun with a fascinated and bright light in his eyes. Zhao Yun actually said that he was her man. This feeling of being acknowledged felt so good. Zhao Yun, You. What nonsense are you talking about? How can the heir be your man? Zhao Xinhui endured the pain and mumbled vaguely. After saying that, she covered her mouth and cried bitterly. She was in so much pain. What should she do now? She had to rest for a few days before she could speak again, right? Why not? The heir will marry me in a while, so he's my man. Zhao Xinhui, I'm warning you. If you want to flirt with a man, you'd better flirt with someone else. No one will stop you if you're a B** tch. But if you mess with my man, don't blame me for being rude. Zhao Yun's frightening gaze gave Zhao Xinhui a fright. She knew the severity of Zhao Yun's actions, but if she didn't get close to Mu Lianfeng, how could she get close to Mu Lianfeng? You're still looking. If you take another look, do you believe that I won't gouge your eyeballs out? Zhao Yun threatened. Zhao Xinhui reluctantly retracted her gaze from Mu Lianfeng's body. Younger aunt, let's hurry and leave. Otherwise, Zhao Yun will really make a move. Look at how badly you were beaten up just now. If you had listened to me, things wouldn't have turned out like this. You'd better leave now. Xiao Yun has gone crazy. She might really dig out your eyeballs. Zhao Ping held Zhao Xinhui's hand as she whispered into Zhao Xinhui's ear. Zhao Ping didn't really care about Zhao Xinhui. She was just afraid that if Zhao Xinhui got into a conflict with Zhao Yun and got her involved, wouldn't she suffer for nothing if she was hurt by Zhao Yun After being persuaded by Zhao Ping Zhao Xinhui was indeed a little scared. She stomped her feet, glared at Zhao Yuner, and left. Zhao Yuner clapped her hands. She was in a good mood. How could she not be happy after chasing away the weirdo? When she turned around, she saw Mu Lianfeng behind her. Mu Lianfeng looked at her with a burning gaze. Zhao Yuner felt a little uncomfortable being stared at by Mu Lianfeng. Why didn't he scare her when she was fierce just now? Why are you looking at me? Zhao Yuner asked in a low voice. The aura that had erupted just now suddenly disappeared, and she returned to her feminine appearance. It was as if she had suddenly become a different person. Perhaps a woman couldn't be strong in front of the man she liked. I'm thinking about what you said just now. Mu Lianfeng had a faint smile on his face. What did I say? You said that I'm your man. I said it on purpose for Zhao Xinhui to hear, so that she wouldn't miss you and walk around in front of you. How annoying would you be? Don't you think so? I'm helping you. You have to thank me. Zhao Yuner faced Mu Lianfeng's burning gaze and explained nervously. Chapter 405. In the face of Mu Lianfeng's direct confession, Xiao Yun didn't know how to respond for a while. Then it's a deal. If you become my man, you can't fool around with other women. I'm a jealous woman. If I find out that you're entangled with other women, they'll end up like Zhao Xinhui. Of course, you won't have a good time either. Yes, my wife. Mu Lianfeng was even happier in his heart. He couldn't control himself and leaned towards Xiao Yun again, hugging Xiao Yun from behind. It was really not good to be seen in broad daylight. Xiao Yun hurriedly struggled and broke away from Mu Lianfeng's arms. I'm going to cook. Seeing Xiao Yun blushing, Mu Lianfeng followed her into the kitchen. After the two of them went in, Lu Lei saw the sweet interaction between Zhao Yun and Mu Lianfeng not far away. Originally, he heard that Zhao Yun was back, so he came to have a look. During the days when Zhao Yun was in trouble, he had been worried about her, but he couldn't find a solution. He was just an ordinary person. How could he have any relationship with the government? Other than praying for Zhao Yun every day, he couldn't do any other substantial help. Hearing that Zhao Yun was back safely, he finally breathed a sigh of relief. When he came over, he thought that Zhao Yun just came back and there shouldn't be anything delicious at home. After such a torment during these days, she must have lost weight. He just came back from hunting, so he brought a wild rabbit with him to nourish Zhao Yun's body. However, he didn't expect that when he came over, he would see Zhao Yun flirting with another man. Why did it turn out like this? Lu Lei's heart was indescribably disappointed. The rabbit in his hand also became a lot heavier. A bitter smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. He shouldn't have thought about it in the first place. Mu Lianfeng was the heir apparent, and his status was much nobler than his. This time, Zhao Yun was able to return safely, and it was all thanks to Mu Lianfeng. Thinking about him again, what could he do for Zhao Yun? It seemed that there was nothing he could do. Such a sense of defeat made Lu Lei feel even more uncomfortable. Lu Lei let out a sigh. Forget it. If Xiao Yun and Mu Lianfeng got together, he should give them his blessings. After all, he should be happy that Xiao Yun found a good family. Lu Lei carried the hair and turned around to leave Zhao Yun's house. Brother Lu. Xiao Hong's voice suddenly came from behind him. Lu Lei turned around and replied indifferently, "You're here too." "Yeah, I saw you at Sister Yunner's place just now." "Brother Lu, why don't you go in?" Lu Lei didn't know how to explain. "I was just passing by." Lu Lei twitched the corner of his mouth and said. Xiao Hong's eyes had a touch of complexity. "Brother Lu, there's something I don't know if I should say." "What is it?" Chapter 406. To put it bluntly, the purpose of Xiao Hong's words was to make Lu Lei give up. On the other hand, she was accusing Zhao Yun of being a woman who coveted wealth. How could he marry such a woman? She was only interested in money. After Xiao Hong finished speaking, Lu Lei felt very uncomfortable and defended Zhao Yun. Yun is not that kind of woman. "Brother Lu, I know you don't want to believe it, but this is the truth. Speaking of which, you're not bad. You're so nice to Sister Yun. You're just a little less rich than the heir." "Xiao Hong, that's enough," Lu Lei said coldly and left in a huff. Looking at Lu Lei's back, Xiao Hong's lips curled up into a smile. It didn't matter whether Lu Lei believed her or not. Anyway, he must have felt uncomfortable in his heart. Lu Lei could only be hers. As for Zhao Yun, she didn't believe that Zhao Yun could really be with Mu Lianfeng. After all, with Zhao Yun's status, Mu Lianfeng wouldn't take a liking to her at all. She remembered that there was a man in Zhao Yun's house. That man was Mu Lianfeng. As for why he was in Zhao Yun's house, it should be because Zhao Yun saved him by chance. Mu Lianfeng was now helping Zhao Yun to express his gratitude. Zhao Yun busied herself for a while and finished cooking. She called Mu Lianfeng and Dao to eat together. The fried bacon tasted very good and was very fragrant. The bacon in the heir's mansion was indeed much better than the bacon she made herself. The three of them sat together and ate together. The atmosphere was very harmonious. After the family finished eating happily, Mu Lianfeng said goodbye reluctantly. He looked at Zhao Yun and then looked at Dao. If possible, he really wanted to stay by their side forever. "Yun I have to go back," Mu Lianfeng said. Zhao Yun also felt a little reluctant to leave at this moment. Mu Lianfeng had lived in her house for a long time. She was used to him being here, but now he was leaving. "Yun this is 100 taels of silver. Take it. You don't have to work hard to earn money. When I come back, I'll take you and Dao to live a good life." Looking at the money in Mu Lianfeng's hand, Zhao Yun didn't want to take it. They weren't even married yet. What did she mean by accepting this money? Mu Lianfeng and... If old Madame Mu knew about this, she would probably look down on her again. Moreover, even if she took Mu Lianfeng's money, she would still earn money. In case she encountered any obstacles when she was together with Mu Lianfeng in the future, Mu Lianfeng would move in with her. The two of them would at least have a source of income. It was always better to plan ahead and make more arrangements in advance. If the business was successful, she wouldn't have to worry about money in the future. She was a woman in the 21st century and had some thoughts of a woman in the 21st century. A woman should have her own career and ability. She shouldn't rely on a man to support her. Her future was in the hands of the man. If she started to spend Mu Lianfeng's money now, she was afraid that she wouldn't be able to get rid of Mu Lianfeng one day. In addition, she had promised to do business with Mulan before. She couldn't go back on her words. Mulan's family didn't have it easy now. She had to make a fortune with them. Chapter 407. But Yunner, no buts. If you force it on me, I'll be angry. I will be angry. Zhao Yun insisted. Mu Lianfeng knew Zhao Yun's character. Zhao Yun was different from other women. She was more independent and self-reliant. He didn't want to force Zhao Yun, so he took back his money bag. Yun, don't work too hard. Otherwise, I'll feel bad for you. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth raised into a smile. Don't worry, how tired can it be? I can't just lie at home and do nothing all the time, right? I'll be useless if I do that. Mu Lianfeng was still worried, but he couldn't do anything about Zhao Yun. Before he left, he said to Daodu, Daddy is leaving. You have to protect your mother during this time, okay? You're a man now. Daodu nodded heavily. I know. Daddy. Mu Lianfeng patted Daodu's head, then got into the carriage and left reluctantly. Dodo leaned against the door and watched as Mu Lianfeng's carriage went further and further away. Her face was filled with reluctance. Okay, Daodu, Daddy's gone. Don't look. You can go play with Uncle. Okay. In the afternoon, Zhao Yun continued to tidy up the house and tidied up the vegetable garden. He took some twigs from the fence and sprinkled some vegetable seeds along the way. When she was almost done, Zhao Yun picked some things at home and prepared to give them to her parents. Since they had separated from the family, she could openly take some things over. Old Zhao's family wouldn't know anyway. She took a little of each of the things she brought back from the Shizi's mansion. She carried the basket and walked in the direction of old Zhao's house. When Zhao Yun arrived at old Zhao's house, Hu Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui were sitting in the yard. Hu Chunhua was holding an egg in her hand and was putting it on Zhao Xinhui's mouth. After all, her slap wasn't light. Zhao Xinhui's mouth was swollen badly. Mother, you. Be gentle. It hurts, Zhao Xinhui pouted and let out a muffled groan. Okay. Mother, be gentle. That wretched girl, she hit you so hard. Woo, Zhao Xinhui also glared at him fiercely. Her eyes were filled with resentment as she whimpered in agreement. All right. Hui, don't talk if your mouth hurts. Hu Chunhua comforted her. Seeing her daughter being beaten so badly, she couldn't help but feel distressed, but she didn't dare to provoke Zhao Yun. She could only suffer in silence. That wretched girl is getting more and more outrageous. Hu Chunhua snorted and looked at Zhao Baoshan. You're Hui-er's father. Don't you know how to do something when you see your daughter being bullied like this? What can I do? Yun-er is like this now. Who dares to provoke her? Next time, I'll let you eat feces. Hu Chunhua was really scared when she heard that. But we can't let Hui suffer for nothing. Hu Chunhua muttered. What else can we do? Isn't it Hui who provoked her? Otherwise, why would she hit her? Zhao Baoshan replied unhappily. Chapter 408. After hearing Zhao Ping's words, Hu Chunhua trembled with anger. This wretched girl was too much. Did that girl really say that? Hu Chunhua asked angrily. Of course, Grandma. If you don't believe me, you can ask Auntie. Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui nodded. That's just a girl. What do you mean by my Hui seducing Prince Shizi? Isn't she just afraid that Prince Shizi will fall for her? My Hui is much better than her. Zhao Xinhui agreed with a sob. She felt that what Hu Chunhua said was the truth. Zhao Yun must be afraid that Prince Shizi would fall for her. That was why she did not let her get close to her. She was really scheming. However, the more Zhao Yun did not let her, the more she wanted to get close to her. As long as she caught Mu Lianfeng's attention, she would not have to worry about wealth and glory in the future. Grandma, I think so too. Our auntie is much better than Zhao Yun. She is beautiful and still a virgin. Zhao Ping said with a smile. On one hand, she was trying to please Hu Chunhua. On the other hand, she was thinking that if Zhao Xinhui really went to court death, she would be beaten up by Zhao Yun. By then, it would be interesting. As the three of them were talking, Liang Jinqiao walked out of the room. When Hu Chunhua saw Liang Jinqiao, she blamed Liang Jinqiao for her anger. In the end, it's this wretched girl who gave birth to that shameless B*tch Xiao Yun. As Hu Chunhua said, she threw a handful of pebbles on the ground at Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao snorted. Zhao Yuner did not hear what Hu Chunhua and the others said. However, as soon as she arrived, she saw Hu Chunhua bullying her mother. She immediately became angry. This damned old woman, she's still acting like this. Why are you bullying my mother? Zhao Yuner scolded. Hu Chunhua shuddered when she saw Zhao Yuner coming over. I didn't. Do you really think I'm blind? You didn't see it. Your mother didn't do anything. She just threw some stones. It was just, the more Zhao Yuner listened, the angrier she got. What kind of person was this? He grabbed a handful of stones from the ground and threw them at Hu Chunhua. Hu Chunhua cried out in pain. Since Grandma said so, then it doesn't matter if I throw it. Hu Chunhua could do nothing but grit her teeth. I'll say it right here. Grandma, if you dare to bully my mother again, then don't blame me for being rude. Hu Chunhua was a little scared by Zhao Yuner's terrifying glare. All right, Yuner, don't say any more. I'm fine. Liang Jinqiao pulled Zhao Yuner. Mother, are you really okay? Does it hurt anywhere? No, it doesn't hurt. Yuner, why are you here? Liang Jinqiao asked. Mother, I brought you something. Zhao Yuner said as she handed the basket in her hand to Liang Jinqiao. Liang Jinqiao looked inside. Yuner, why do you have salted meat and salted fish? These are all good things. You should keep them for yourself. Why did you send them to us? Liang Jinqiao didn't want to accept Zhao Yuner's things. He felt that Zhao Yuner's life wasn't easy. It's okay. Mother, you can keep them. I still have some at home. There are also some pastries and candies for Tianfu to eat. You can try them yourselves. They taste very good. Yuner, keep them, mother. Otherwise, I'll be angry. Chapter 409. As soon as old Zhao's family heard that Zhao Yun had sent something over, and it was something good, they immediately looked at it eagerly. Now that the third branch had separated, the things that Zhao Yun sent over naturally belonged to the third branch. They just couldn't imagine it. Yun what good things did you send? Li Chuiying asked sourly. It's nothing. It's none of your business. Zhao Yun replied indifferently. Yun did the Shitzi send these good things over? Since there are so many, why don't you get some for us too? We haven't eaten good things before, so we don't know what they taste like. Li Chuiying said shamelessly. Facing Zhao Yun's indifference, he didn't get angry. He continued to kneel down and fawn over her, wanting to get more. Zhao Yun sneered in her heart. How shameless! How could he say such things? Second aunt, when I was hungry and had nothing to eat, I didn't see you send me anything. What? Now you have the nerve to ask me to send you things. Zhao Yun wasn't afraid of offending people, so she mocked and ridiculed. Li Chuiying didn't think much of it. After all, he was thick-skinned. Zhao Baoshan couldn't listen to it anymore. He scolded Li Chuiying, Yun-er's things belong to Yun-er. Why are you coming over here to ask for more? Hurry up and go inside. Don't make a fool of yourself. Li Chuiying pursed his lips. Father, I won't say anything. Looking at the good things that Zhao Yun-er sent over, Li Chuiying suddenly regretted pushing the third branch to separate. Otherwise, old Zhao's family would also have a share of these things. Thinking about the taste of bacon and salted fish, Li Chuiying couldn't help but swallow his saliva. Mother, let's go inside. Zhao Yun said. It was very uncomfortable to be stared at by old Zhao's family. Okay, let's go inside. Liang Jinchao nodded in response. In fact, she also knew that the things in her hands would be coveted by old Zhao's family. Since they didn't want to give it to her, she might as well not let them see it. The two of them went into the third branch's room one after the other. When Zhao Pinger heard about pastries, candies, and other delicious food, her eyes lit up. The three branches separated from the family. The things that Zhao Yun sent over had nothing to do with the old Zhao family, but they were related to her. She could eat them. Thinking about it, he couldn't help but feel happy. However, he couldn't show it in front of Zhao Xinhui and Hu Chunhua. Stupid girl, now that you're rich, you don't recognize us anymore. Old Zhao's family gave birth to such a heartless girl, Hu Chunhua complained, then continued to help Zhao Xinhui cover her mouth. It's about time. Come, eat the egg. Don't waste it. Hu Chunhua said, took off the gauze wrapped around the egg, and handed it to Zhao Xinhui's mouth. Zhao Xinhui frowned and felt disgusted. She quickly shook her head. No, eat, take it away, this is an egg. It's precious. It'll be a waste if you don't eat it. Zhao Xinhui still shook her head firmly. She used it to cover her mouth. She felt disgusted just thinking about how it was held in Hu Chunhua's black hand. It was mainly because Hu Chunhua didn't like to be clean. After she peed and pooped, she often scratched here and there. There was even black soil under her fingernails. Who would dare to eat something she took? Mother, if little sister doesn't want to eat it, give it to Tianyu. Li Chuiying ran over with a smile. Chapter 410. At the end of the day, Hu Chunhua treated Shen Pan better. She liked this smooth and slick daughter-in-law more. It was old Zhao's fortune to be able to marry such a person into old Zhao's family. Shen Pan stood to the side with Zhao Yangyang in her arms. She appeared to be grateful for Hu Chunhua's kindness, but she was disgusted in her heart. Just like Zhao Xinhui, she felt disgusted. Zhao Xinhui couldn't eat the egg that she had grabbed with her dirty hands and put it in his mouth. Even if her Yangyang didn't have anything to eat, he didn't need to eat this egg. Moreover, as long as Zhao Tianlong passed the provincial examinations, she and her son would have a good life. They would just have to suffer for a while. She still had some money in her pocket. If she wanted to give it to Zhao Yangyang, she could secretly buy some things for him. Shen Pan smiled gently and said to Hu Chunhua, Grandmother, there's no need. Let's give it to Tianyu. Tianyu is still growing, he needs to eat more good food. Li Chuiying grinned happily when she saw that Shen Pan was speaking up for Zhao Tianyu and had no intention of snatching the egg from her. Her niece-in-law was the best. She was sensible. A daughter raised by a rich family was indeed different. She was much more magnanimous. She was nothing like Zhao Yun, who was stingy and wouldn't let anyone take advantage of her. Pan is right. Tianyu is growing. His body hasn't been very well these days. Grandmother, let's give it to Tianyu. Yangyang has eaten plenty of good food at grandmother's house. One was pushing the egg away while the other was eagerly trying to snatch it. Hui Chunhua snorted softly and handed the egg to Li Chuiying. Alright, let's give it to Tianyu. Thank you, mother. Li Chuiying happily took the egg. After receiving the egg, Li Chuiying hurriedly called Zhao Tianyu over to eat it. Seeing Li Chuiying directly holding it in his hand without washing it with water, Shen Pan'er couldn't take it anymore. These people from old Zhao's family. Don't they find it dirty? A country bumpkin was indeed a country bumpkin. They didn't know how to be particular at all. Shen Pan couldn't help but remind her, second aunt, rinse the eggs with water first before feeding them to Tianyu. Li Chuiying paused for a moment, then smiled and said, It's okay, it's okay. You won't get sick if you eat it dirty. What's there to be picky about? As she spoke, Li Chuiying stuffed the egg into Zhao Tianyu's mouth. Shen Pan'er really didn't know what to say. How could this be? When she thought about how much of the food she ate was cooked by Li Chuiying, she almost vomited. Those dishes were probably not clean, right? Pan'er, what's wrong? Li Chuiying noticed that Shen Pan'er was clutching her chest, so she approached her and asked with concern. Shen Pan'er hurriedly took a step back and waved her hand. It's okay, it's okay. Thank you for your concern. As long as you're okay. Li Chuiying smiled. Shen Pan'er hurriedly found an excuse and went back into the house. Zhao Ping'er. Zhao Xinhui called out to Zhao Ping'er. What's wrong, auntie? Zhao Ping'er asked politely, but she had a bad feeling in her heart. Zhao Yuner didn't let us eat the food she sent over, but you can eat it. Go get some for me. I heard that she sent pastries and candies. Chapter 411. If Zhao Xinhui hadn't brought it up, she wouldn't have wanted to talk about it. After all, she could eat a lot by herself if she secretly ate it later. She didn't expect Zhao Xinhui to bring it up. What? Zhao Xinhui replied unhappily. Auntie, I can't get it even if I go in. Zhao Yuner definitely won't let me eat it. You're her sister, why can't you eat it? If she doesn't let you eat it, just tell your mother. Ask your mother to scold her. Yes, you're from the third branch, how can she not let you eat it? Go get some for your auntie. Hui Chunhua urged again. If she didn't bring it, she might be scolded. Thus, she went into the house reluctantly. Then I'll go and try, go. Zhao Ping got up and walked towards the third branch's house. In the third branch's house, Zhao Yun and Liang Jinqiao were chatting. After the separation, the paddy field and dry land given to the third branch were not very good places. The paddy field was located far away, and it would take at least 10 minutes to get there. Moreover, the paddy field was far from the canal, so it wasn't very convenient to irrigate it. The rice grains planted in the paddy field must be watered frequently. Otherwise, when the paddy field dried up, it would be easy for the rice grains to dry up. However, watering the paddy field was a troublesome thing. When they separated, they only said that they would be given 1 mu of paddy field, and didn't specify which one to give. Through this kind of deception, the paddy field was given to the worst of the third branch. Zhao Yun felt angry when she heard Liang Jinqiao's words. He didn't have to bully people to this extent, right? He was simply treating them as fools. There was also 1 mu of dry land at the foot of the mountain, which was even more remote. Although there was land, old Zhao's family didn't grow much food because the land was very barren, and there wasn't much food that could be grown. In addition, it was difficult to take care of. As long as the weeds weren't removed for a period of time, they would grow a lot. The trees at the foot of the mountain were more lush, so they grew very quickly. Due to the disproportionate investment and output, old Zhao's family didn't grow anything on this piece of land. As a result, this piece of dry land was equivalent to an abandoned dry land. At this moment, Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan went to the dry land to clear the weeds and loosen the soil. Since it was given to them, they had to take good care of it. Otherwise, there wouldn't even be an acre of dry land, and there wouldn't even be a place to grow vegetables. When the time came, they could just plant some random things, and they would just have to work a little harder. Things were no longer the same as before. There were only so many things in the house. It would be difficult for them to live a good life. If he didn't work hard now, his life would be miserable in the future, and he would be laughed at by old Zhao's family. Zhao Yun'er gritted her teeth and said to Liang Jinxiao, "Mother, why are they doing this? They must have done it on purpose. I'll go look for them." Liang Jinxiao grabbed Zhao Yun'er and said, "Yun'er, forget it. It's not easy to split from the family now. Although it's only this much land, it's at least a little. It's better than not giving anything to our third branch. If you make a fuss like this, what if you say that you don't want to split from the family? Yun'er, your father and Tianan are both diligent. Even if we don't rely on these 2 mu of land, our lives will slowly improve." Chapter 412. Liang Jinxiao sighed again and said, "In fact, your grandfather and the others don't have it easy. Your eldest cousin brother is still studying, and your 5th uncle is not married yet. If they give too many things to our third branch, it will be their lives that will be difficult." Zhao Yun said with some displeasure, "Mother, you know how they treated our third branch in the past. Why are you sympathizing with them now?" Liang Jinxiao tugged the corners of his mouth and smiled slightly. "Yun-er, only your grandmother and the others went overboard. You, 4th uncle, and 5th uncle are all quite good, aren't they? Especially your 5th uncle. When he heard that something happened to you, he hurriedly asked for leave and came back to help you think of a way to save you. Your grandfather even took out 20 taels of silver to bribe them. Because of this, your grandmother made a lot of trouble back then." Zhao Yun-er frowned. After hearing Liang Jinxiao's words, she felt that Zhao Baoshan had some conscience. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. After using it all these years, he probably did not have much money left after selling her. However, Zhao Baoshan was willing to take out 20 taels of silver at once and use this money to save her. Zhao Yun-er could not describe how she felt now. Originally, her resentment towards Zhao Baoshan did not seem to be so deep. "Mother, you said that 5th uncle went to save me. Where is he now? Why isn't he at home? I'm already back. Is he still in Yang City?" Zhao Yun-er asked hurriedly. At the mention of Zhao Wenxing, Liang Jinxiao suddenly remembered. "Yun-er, I wanted to ask you. Why is your 5th uncle not back when you're back? Shouldn't he be looking for you?" Zhao Yun did not know what to say for a moment. Her 5th uncle probably did not know that she had Mu Lianfeng's help. Otherwise, he would not have gone to Yang City. Although his efforts were in vain, he still had the intention. Zhao Yun would always be grateful and touched to those who cared about her. "Mother, it was the heir presumptive who helped me settle the matter. Moreover, I didn't commit any crime and was wronged. In the end, I was naturally released when the evidence was found." Liang Jinxiao said with a sigh, "At that time, you were taken away. How would we know? We didn't know if the heir presumptive's identity was real or not, and we didn't even know if he would help you. The government is a place where people and many people who have been wronged. That's why your 5th uncle insisted on going to Yang City to help you. And the government says. As long as you ts, that's as long as you s, as long as you t. Yes. We can't let your 5th uncle worry for nothing." "Got it, mother." At this moment, Zhao Ping pushed the door open and entered. Zhao Yun could not be bothered with Zhao Ping, so she did not even look up when she heard Zhao Ping enter. Zhao Ping searched the room and found the basket that Zhao Yun had brought over. She walked towards the basket. She rummaged through the basket and found that there were indeed pastries and candies. Zhao Ping was greedy. She quickly took a piece of pastry and stuffed it into her mouth. Delicious, delicious. It was too delicious. She had never eaten anything so delicious in her life. Chapter 413. Zhao Ping began to ponder. If she could be together with the heir apparent, wouldn't she be able to eat such delicious food every day in the future? She would be able to live such a good life. After eating a piece of pastry, Zhao Ping took out some more from the basket. Zhao Yun caught a glimpse of it and couldn't help but scold, "Zhao Ping, what are you doing? Eating? What's wrong? Can't we eat?" "Zhao Yun, didn't you bring it over for us to eat?" Zhao Yun couldn't help but roll her eyes in her heart. She was extremely disgusted by Zhao Ping. "I brought it over for you to eat, but Tianan, Tianfu, and father and mother haven't eaten yet. Aren't you embarrassed to start eating by yourself? What's there to be embarrassed about? Do we have to eat first before eating?" Zhao Ping didn't take it to heart. Zhao Yun was really angered by Zhao Ping. How could there be such a person? She was already 20 years old, yet she didn't know the rules at all. Even those who didn't study knew to respect the old and love the young. Eat, eat, eat. She only knew how to eat all day long. It would be best if this kind of person died from eating. "Zhao Ping, you're really something. I don't know how father and mother gave birth to a person like you," Zhao Yun said angrily. Zhao Ping knew that she couldn't beat Zhao Yun, so she could only complain in front of Liang Jinqiao, "Mother, look at what Zhao Yun said. Didn't I just eat a little? She's acting as if I've done something wrong. She doesn't even treat me as her biological sister. She's picking on me over such a small matter." Liang Jinqiao's head hurt from Zhao Ping's yelling. Sighed, this eldest daughter of his was also a worrisome one. She was the most worrisome person in the family. "Ping, Yun, only said a few words to you. Why are you overreacting? You're the elder sister. Sometimes you shouldn't be so calculative." Zhao Yun was much more sensible than Zhao Ping. Liang Jinqiao naturally had a comparison in his heart, so he was more biased towards Zhao Yun. Liang Jinqiao's words made Zhao Ping very unhappy. "Mother, how can you do this? I'm also your daughter. You only know how to speak up for Zhao Yun. Ping, we're a family. Let's talk nicely. Why are you and your sister acting like enemies?" If it weren't for the fact that she didn't want to upset Liang Jinqiao, Zhao Yun would have kicked Zhao Ping out of the house. It was disgusting to keep such a person in the house. Zhao Yun tugged at Liang Jinqiao and asked Liang Jinqiao not to get involved in this matter. She didn't want to make things difficult for Liang Jinqiao. Both sides were flesh and blood. It wouldn't be good to be biased. Zhao Yun took a step forward and stared coldly at Zhao Ping. "Zhao Ping, I think you really don't know your place at all. Since you've eaten the food I sent over, you have to listen to me. Your two younger brothers and parents haven't eaten yet. You can't eat by yourself first. Also, don't eat so much by yourself. What about the others? What do you mean by bringing so much food with you?" Zhao Ping was a little speechless. She was afraid of heaven and earth, but she seemed to have forgotten that these things were sent over by Zhao Yun. If she really didn't eat them, she couldn't do anything about it. "I only ate a little. The food in my hand is what Grandma and youngest aunt asked me to prepare for them. Zhao Ping spat. Chapter 4:14. If it was in the past, would Chunhua and Zhao Huihui would still be able to let her live a better life in old Zhao's house. But now that the family was separated, it was useless to curry favor with Wu Chunhua and Zhao Xinhui. In the future, the third branch's life would only be better than old Zhao's. It would be good enough if the people in old Zhao's house did not want to take advantage of the third branch. After being asked by Zhao Yun Zhao Ping did not know how to answer. If I don't take it, Grandma and little aunt will scold me, not you. Zhao Ping pouted. You're scared in front of them. Why are you so arrogant in front of me? Zhao Yun sneered. Zhao Yun are you done? I won't take it. Zhao Ping said and put down the things in her hands. I hope you understand the situation. Don't side with outsiders. You don't know who you're close to. I know. Zhao Ping replied unhappily. If it wasn't for the fact that she was afraid that she would not get a share of the things Zhao Yun sent over, she would not have bothered with Zhao Yun Zhao Yun did not want to talk about Zhao Ping anymore, so she said to Liang Jinqiao, Mother, I'll go back first. Okay, take care. Okay. After Zhao Yun was about to leave old Zhao, she went to find Dao Du. Zhao Tianfu took Dao Du to the dry land allocated to the third branch and watched Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan work. The dry land allocated to them was full of weeds and some tree stumps. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan each carried a hoe and were plowing the land. However, there were no more seeds in the land, and the soil had become very hard. There was no reaction at all when the hoe went down. The weeds were still okay. Some of the weeds were very deep and could not be moved at all. The small tree stumps that they encountered could not be removed with a hoe. Tianan, you can't use a hoe to remove the tree stumps. Even if the hoe is damaged, there won't be any reaction. You have to use a shovel. Zhao Wenhua said to Zhao Tianan. But father, we don't have a shovel. Master didn't give us any. Zhao Tianan frowned. Then go borrow one from your master, it's just a little bit. It's best to loosen the soil with a shovel instead of a hoe. Oh, Dad, I'll go. Tell our master to bring the shovel over. Zhao nodded. Zhao Yun just came over and stopped Zhao Tianan. Tianan, don't borrow from me. I have some at home, to have a good rest to have a good rest. Look at how sweaty you are. The two of them had been busy for the whole afternoon. The sun was shining brightly at 2 or 3 o'clock. Now that it was spring, the weather was getting warmer and warmer. After doing heavy work for such a long time, their bodies were naturally drenched in sweat. Zhao Yun looked at Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan. Her face was a little red. Zhao Wenhua saw Zhao Yun coming over and did not dare to look at Zhao Yun's eyes. Perhaps it was because she felt guilty about what she had done in the past. Yun you're here too? Zhao Wenhua asked. Yes. Zhao Yun nodded. She did not want her relationship with Zhao Wenhua to be too stiff. Second sister, I'll go get it. Zhao Tianan felt sorry for Zhao Yun and did not want her to make another trip. Looking at Zhao Tianan's red face, Zhao Yun smiled. Silly boy, you really don't know how to be tired. Take a rest. It's cool under the tree. Second sister will bring you some cold water. Chapter 4:15. After all, they had worked for such a long time, and the sun was too strong. Their lips were already chapped. When the two of them came to work, they didn't think to bring water. Yun I'll have to trouble you then. Zhao Wenhua said. No problem. It was just an extra trip. She could just treat it as exercise. It just so happened that she had nothing to do. Zhao Yun returned home with a shovel. The tea she made earlier had already cooled down. Zhao Yun added some honey to make the tea less bitter. Instead, it was a little sweet. However, people in this era had never drunk tea before. Even if they had tea, they didn't know how to make it. Zhao Yun carried the tea and the shovel and soon went up the mountain again. Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan sat under a tree and fanned themselves with their straw hats. "Father, Tianan, drink some water." Zhao Yun greeted them. Then, she poured a cup for each of them and handed it to them. "Second sister, what's this?" "It's delicious. It's sweet and fragrant," Zhao Tianan said excitedly after drinking a cup. Zhao Yun smiled and explained, "This is water made from tea leaves and honey. Both the tea leaves and honey are very fragrant, so it naturally smells good. Honey is sweet, so when you drink it, you'll have a sweet smell." "Second sister, what's tea leaves?" "It's the leaves on the tea tree. You don't recognize it, but it's drinkable." Oh. Zhao Tianan nodded heavily. Zhao Yun recognized a lot of things, so it wasn't surprising that she came up with something novel. The tea tasted really good. It was fragrant and fragrant. After drinking it, he felt like drinking it again. "Yun, this thing can also quench your thirst," Zhao Wenhua said. He was interested in Zhao Yun's tea. "Father, if you like it, I'll send you some tea leaves later. You can just make some water and soak it in it." "Is this valuable?" "I went up the mountain to pick it myself." "It's not valuable." "Alright, then give me some." If it was something valuable, he wouldn't accept it. After Zhao Wenhua and Zhao Tianan drank the water, they continued to work. Zhao Yun watched from the side. She couldn't help much. After all, this kind of physical work was done neatly by men. Because the soil was very hard, it took a lot of effort to dig down with a shovel. After a long time, he only managed to dig a little bit. It was estimated that it would take a few days to reclaim an acre of land. "Father, Tianan, there is no need to rush for 1 or 2 days. Take your time. Don't be too tired," Zhao Yun urged. Seeing that Zhao Yun was concerned about him, Zhao Yunlong's face revealed a blissful smile. I know. I'll rest after a while. I still have to make a stove tomorrow. Even if we split up, we can't use your milk in their kitchen." Zhao Yun nodded. Originally, there was only one kitchen. After the 3 houses split up, they had to build another stove. Daodu and Zhao Tianfu were still playing happily. The two of them were picking crickets in the grass. The children looked for things to play with. After all, there wasn't much entertainment. Zhao Yun looked around. Old Zhao's house was at the foot of the mountain. Other families also had land here. However, like old Zhao's house, it was difficult to take care of, so they didn't want it. Some families really didn't have enough land, so they planted some crops like soybeans. The entire hillside wasn't very high. There weren't any thick trees, only some small branches. Chapter 4:16. This hill was not tall, so it was more troublesome to take care of it. The harvest of grain crops was also not good. It would be good if she used it to plant tea trees. This hill could probably plant a lot of tea trees. Most importantly, it would be much more convenient to find someone to help pick the tea leaves if she planted the tea trees here. No one in the village would be willing to go to the real mountain, and no one would dare to go. In addition, if she bought this large piece of barren hill, the price would definitely not be expensive. Most of the land belonged to the village, and the villagers only had a few mu of farmland at the foot of the hill. Unfortunately, the current problem was the sales of the tea leaves. No matter how good the tea was, it was useless if it could not be sold. Xiao Yun did not want to think about the tea leaves for the time being. Second sister, what are you looking at? Let's go back. Zhao Tianan used his sleeve to wipe the sweat on his forehead and said to Xiao Yun, Xiao Yun came back to her senses and smiled. Okay. The few of them went back together. When it was close to evening, Zhao Wenqing actually came back from Yang City. He did not go back to old Zhao's house. Instead, he first came to Xiao Yun's place to confirm if Xiao Yun had returned home safely. In the past few days in Yang City, Zhao Wenqing did not rest well. He looked very haggard, probably because he was worried about her. Yun, girl, I heard that you were released and rushed back. I thought something would happen to you. I didn't expect the case to be closed so quickly. Zhao Wenqing sighed. Seeing the concern in Zhao Tianqing's eyes as he looked at her, Xiao Yun told Zhao Wenqing about Mu Lianfeng's help. Zhao Wenqing was stunned. Yun, so you're saying that your case was helped by the heir? Zhao Wenqing asked. Yes, I didn't do anything. Shitzi just added fuel to the fire and helped me find the evidence. Sigh. Zhao Wenqing sighed deeply. Seeing that Zhao Wenqing's reaction was not right, Zhao Yuner asked, Fifth uncle, what's wrong? I sent 20 taels of silver to the Yaman's private advisor. He said that he would help you settle this case. When I heard that you were released today, I thought that it was the private advisor who helped you. I didn't expect that it was the heir. After Zhao Wenqing finished speaking, he frowned. He realized that if everything was attributed to Mu Lianfeng, then the 20 taels of silver would have been wasted. Fifth uncle, let's go back and ask for the private advisor back. Xiao Yun said. 20 taels of silver was not a small sum. It was enough for an average farmer family to use for several years. Moreover, Zhao Wenqing was already old. If he had these 20 taels of silver, he could save them up for his marriage. Yun, girl, I'm afraid it's not so easy to get the money back. He's a private advisor and a member of the Yamen. We're just ordinary people. How dare we offend him? Zhao Wenqing said. It was not that he did not dare to cause trouble and was willing to suffer in silence. It was because he knew the darkness of this world. Many times, it was not as simple as one thought. In front of powerful people, ordinary people like them were really unarmed and could not fight against them. Xiao Yun had been a police officer for so many years. She had justice in her heart and could not stand this kind of darkness. Chapter 4:17. When he heard Xiao Yun say that she wanted to sue the private advisor, Zhao Wenqing felt that Xiao Yun must be confused. Yun, what are you suing him for? He didn't cheat us of our money, nor did he rob us. I was the one who took the initiative to give it to him. Moreover, he did agree to help us. It's just that he didn't help us because of Shitzi Ye's interference. Fifth uncle, listen to me. If he doesn't return it to us, we'll sue him for corruption, bribery, malpractice, and abusing his power. I reckon that other than my case, he must have accepted a lot of money from others. As long as this kind of person does it once, there will be a second time. We can always find something to use against him. Moreover, this kind of malignant tumor shouldn't stay in the government. Many people were probably framed because of him. For the darkness of the feudal system, Xiao Yun could be considered to have experienced it. People like the private advisor should be eliminated as soon as possible. But Yun, we were the ones who sent the money over. Will he say that we bribed him and be punished as well? I'm not guilty to begin with. I don't need him to let me out at all. What kind of bribe are we doing? Don't worry, fifth uncle. To deal with this kind of person, if we want to get the money back, we must scare him. Otherwise, he won't obediently hand it over. Zhao Wenxing didn't know if Xiao Yun was telling the truth or not, but it sounded a little reasonable. For the sake of those 20 taels of silver, he could only try. Yun let's go tomorrow. Okay, fifth uncle. Go back and rest first. I've made you worry these 2 days. Zhao Wenxing smiled. Seeing that you're back safely, I'm finally relieved. At night, Xiao Yun slept with Dao Du. Because Mu Lianfeng wasn't around, Xiao Yun felt that the bed was empty. Without someone by her side, she didn't feel safe. She now hoped that Mu Lianfeng could come back early so that there would be someone to accompany her. The next morning, Xiao Yun and Zhao Wenxing went to Yang City together. This time, other than asking for money, Xiao Yun also wanted to ask about the snack stall. Now, she had to find a business to do and slowly make a fortune. The snack stall was what she had discussed with Mulan. Xiao Mao, who had not been used for a few days, was put to good use again. Xiao Mao was very excited when it pulled the cart, and its 4 legs were running as if they were flying. On the way, the uncle and niece chatted casually for a while. Zhao Wenxing was more concerned about Mu Lianfeng. She was curious about the relationship between Mu Lianfeng and Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun felt that the relationship between her and Mu Lianfeng had not been settled yet. If she told him about it, it would not be good. Thus, he responded with a sentence. Yun, there is still a gap between our status and that of the heir. Nowadays, it's all about matching in social status. If you really get together with the crown prince, according to the rules, you can only be a concubine. If that's the case, your child will be a concubine's son in the future and won't be able to raise his head in the outside world. This kind of glory and wealth is not so easy to live. In the face of Zhao Wenxing's reminder, Xiao Yun knew all about it. Zhao Yun curled the corners of her mouth. Fifth uncle, I know. I won't have any thoughts that I shouldn't have. That's good. Zhao Wenxing nodded. In fact, he wanted his niece to grow up well more than anyone else, but he knew the difference in status. If Xiao Yun could find someone, she could only be an ordinary person. The 2 of them soon arrived at Yang City and went straight to the private advisor's residence. Zhao Wenxing had been here before, so he knew where the private advisor lived. Chapter 4:18. It was still early, and the door to the private advisor's room was still closed. After knocking for a while, someone came to open the door and asked faintly, "Who are you?" It was a woman in her 40s or 50s. She was probably the private advisor's wife. "We're looking for the private advisor." Xiao Yun explained. "He's sleeping. You know how to disturb people by coming so early." The woman yawned and looked sleepy. Xiao Yun's mouth twitched. This woman was really interesting. It was already 7 or 8 o'clock, but it was not early. People in ancient times went to bed early, so it was reasonable to say that they would get up early. "We're looking for the private advisor for business." "Then come in first and wait. My husband will get up later, so he needs to sleep well." Xiao Yun and Zhao Wenxing had no choice but to wait. After half an hour, the private advisor woke up. As soon as he saw Zhao Wenxing, he asked, "Why are you here today?" "Let me tell you, I've already helped you with your niece's matter. She's fine now. Don't look for me for anything else." "But private advisor, you didn't intervene in my niece's matter." "It was the heir who helped," Zhao Wenxing said weakly. He didn't dare to be too strong in front of the heir. "Then in the end, your niece is fine, isn't it?" "Without the heir, didn't I take action?" The private advisor replied very calmly. He seemed to be used to dealing with this kind of thing. Xiao Yun pulled her fifth uncle and asked him to come over. Private advisor, I'm his niece. My fifth uncle was confused and thought that I committed a crime. But in the end, I didn't do anything. The case was investigated by the authorities and I was cleared. So whether the heir was involved or not, you didn't have to do anything. Isn't it bad to swallow the 20 taels of silver now? What do you mean by swallow the 20 taels of silver? Little girl, it's wrong of you to say that. You sent the silver over. Did I beg you to give it to me? Now you want to go back, how can you do that? If you were locked up, it would still be possible for you to go back. But now that you've been released, the 20 taels will definitely not be given to you. There was no reason for him to spit out what he had eaten. Does that mean you won't give it to me? Xiao Yun remained patient. Give what? Hurry up and leave, otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Grand Master, let's have a good talk. We are just ordinary people who don't know anything. But you can't treat us like this. After all, we still have to do business in the future. If you don't return the 20 taels of silver to us today, I will go to the government and make a fuss. That's why I'm abusing my authority and accepting bribes. Although they might not be able to punish you for your crimes, they would at least investigate you. They wouldn't leave you unpunished even though the people were indignant, right? As for whether your background is clean or not, you know it yourself. If the county magistrate doesn't care, then I will continue to appeal. I don't believe that the Great Zhou country's laws are like waste paper, without any practical use at all. When Xiao Yun said these words, the private advisor was also a bit shocked. A little girl without any power. Facing a government official like him, she wasn't afraid at all. Her words were clear and logical as she argued for what was right. Only, he definitely wasn't willing to hand over the 20 taels of silver. Chapter 419. The private advisor looked at Xiao Yun with some pride and arrogance. He didn't take Xiao Yun's threat seriously at all. Although this little girl was a little different, she still didn't have any power. How could an ordinary person know the principle of officials protecting each other? Xiao Yun frowned tightly. Seeing that the private advisor still didn't intend to return it, she said, "Go ahead. Go, the little girl is waiting for you. You can sue me." The private advisor urged. Zhao Wenxing pulled Xiao Yun indicating that they should forget about it. Okay, then you wait. Xiao Yun and Zhao Wenxing left. Both of them lowered their heads, and their mood wasn't very good. This private advisor was too much, wasn't he? Didn't he know how much 20 taels of silver was to a country bumpkin? How black-hearted he was to covet the commoner's money. Girl, I think it's better to forget about it. Fifth uncle, 20 taels of silver were taken by him for nothing. How much of a loss will we suffer? I'll think of another way. Seeing the private advisor's reaction, she knew that if she went to the government office to complain, it would probably be in vain. After all, the county magistrate would definitely protect him if he did something wrong. Otherwise, the private advisor wouldn't have so much confidence. The two of them left the private advisor's residence and went to eat breakfast first. It was the breakfast stall that Xiao Yun saw before. The two of them ordered a plate of fried dumplings, 2 bowls of thin porridge, and 2 side dishes. The fried dumplings were filled with meat, and the total cost was only 12 copper coins. Xiao Yun estimated that the cost was around 7 or 8 copper coins, so selling this breakfast made them 5 copper coins. Small profits but quick turnover. Selling more in the morning made a lot of money. Auntie, it's been so long. Your stall still hasn't been transferred out. Speaking of this, the woman sighed and said, Yes, I'll be worried to death if I don't transfer it out. My wife is about to give birth. The woman's brows were tightly knitted, and it was obvious that she was very anxious. Zhao Yuner smiled and said, "Auntie, the rent is so high, and the annual rent is so expensive. Ordinary people can't afford it. If you lower the price a little, there will naturally be people willing to come over." When Zhao Yun said this, the woman felt that it was true. "But the rent can't be too low. Otherwise, I'll suffer a loss. Auntie, it's better than you not being able to transfer out when the time comes, right? It was better to lower the price a little. How about this, Auntie? If you are sincere, you can transfer it to me. As for the price, I will give you 1 tael of silver for the sublease. In the future, I will give you 800 copper coins for the annual rent. Miss, aren't you bargaining a little too much?" The woman was clearly a little unwilling. "Auntie, although the price is a bit high, you can't drag it on like this. How about this? I'll give you another 500 copper coins. Leave the things on your stall to me. Anyway, you won't have much use for them. Instead, they'll take up space and get in the way." The woman pondered for a moment. If she wasn't in a hurry to transfer, she definitely wouldn't be willing to let go of such a price. "Miss, all right then. Seeing that you're a good person, I can give you the stall at this price. But you have to give me the money in 2 days. You can't say that you owe me first." Zhao Yuner smiled and said, "No problem. I'll bring the money over tomorrow. Let's sign the contract." Zhao Yuner wanted to prevent the woman from regretting her decision, so she couldn't avoid wrangling when the time came. There were many stalls nearby that helped illiterate people write documents. They were all scholars, and writing a document only cost 5 copper coins. Chapter 420. Zhao Yun was still unwilling to save these 5 copper coins. The woman nodded and said, "Okay, Miss is also a straightforward person. Then let's talk when you come tomorrow." "Okay." Zhao Yun nodded. Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenqing both ate the breakfast they ordered, leaving nothing behind. After eating and drinking to their heart's content, the two of them prepared to go back. Zhao Wenqing insisted that he would pay for breakfast, but Zhao Yun refused. "Fifth uncle, you've been busy with my affairs during this period of time. You don't have to fight with me to pay for breakfast. Otherwise, I definitely won't let you interfere next time." Zhao Yun wanted Zhao Wenqing to keep more money. She spent a lot of money on her own brushes, ink, paper, and inkstone. "Little girl Yunair, there's no reason for a junior to pay. We're different, fifth uncle. Don't be polite with me. You can just treat me next time." "Okay then." Zhao Wenqing could only compromise. After Zhao Yun paid, she took Xiao Mao, who was tied to the side, away. Zhao Wenqing followed. "Yun, girl, are you going to come to Yang City to do this breakfast business in the future?" Zhao Wenqing asked. He also heard the conversation between Zhao Yun and the woman just now. Zhao Yun nodded and said, "Yes, fifth uncle. This breakfast stall is quite profitable. I don't have any other way to earn money now, and we don't have any fields at home. It's quite good to come here to sell breakfast." Zhao Wenqing didn't know what to say. He just felt sorry for Zhao Yun. It must be hard for a woman to come out in public. But she didn't have money, and she didn't have a good life. Compared to farming at home, Zhao Yun's income from selling breakfast was much higher. "Yun, if you need any help in the future, tell fifth uncle. Fifth uncle will definitely help if he can." Zhao Yun hooked up the corner of her mouth. "Got it, fifth uncle. It's good that your parents are separated now. If there's any work, you can ask your mother and father to help you. And Ping, your grandmother can't say anything now." Zhao Wenqing sighed. When he learned that the third branch had separated from old Zhao's family, he was happy for his third brother and third sister-in-law. Old Zhao had a lot of family members, so there were a lot of things to do when they were together. The third branch was bullied even more. Alright. She didn't count on Zhao Pinger, but as for selling breakfast, if the business was good, it would be good to have Liang Jinqiao help. She could pay her mother's wages. When the time came, the third branch would have a source of income. Naturally, their lives would be much better. While the two of them were walking and chatting, they suddenly heard a cry of surprise. Help! Help! Someone fell into the water. What should we do? The person shouting for help was not far from Zhao Yuner. It was by a small river, surrounded by a group of people. By the river, a well-dressed woman was crying anxiously, but no one went into the water to save her. Let's go and take a look, Zhao Wenxing said. He was a warm-hearted person, so he could not leave her in the lurch. Okay. Zhao Yuner drove the little donkey to the side and stopped. There was a child struggling in the river, but no one went into the water to save him. Who were these people? Why did they leave him in the lurch? They all gathered around to watch the show, but they did not stop talking. They were probably afraid that the water was too deep. If they jumped in, they might not be able to save the child, and they might even implicate themselves. The woman cried miserably. Please, whoever can save my son, I will definitely reward you handsomely. Chapter 421. Sister-in-law, it's not that we don't want to help you save him. Everyone knows that there are water ghosts in the river. Every year, they will drag a few people down to be scapegoats. Your son was unlucky to fall into the river and become a scapegoat. If we help you, we might die too. Yeah, no matter how much you thank us, it's not as important as a human life. When the time comes, you have money but you don't have the life to spend it. Wouldn't that be a waste? That's right, that's right. I also heard that when someone fell into the river, another person went down to save him. In the end, the two people were dragged down by the water ghost and drowned. That's why we can't interfere with the water ghost's life. Otherwise, we will die too. No matter how much money you give me, I won't do it. People in ancient times were more superstitious, especially when it came to things like ghosts and gods. After confirming that there were water ghosts in the river, they didn't dare to go down. Zhao Yuner frowned. She didn't believe in these things. The drowning in the river was probably just a coincidence. The river was close to the street. It was normal for people to accidentally fall in. Zhao Yuner was about to jump down to save the child when Zhao Wenxing pulled her back. Yuner, let me do it. Zhao Wenxing said. If the girl jumped down, her body would be wet and her clothes would stick to her body. There were also men watching. It wouldn't be good if they saw it. Men in the countryside basically knew how to swim. Zhao Wenxing was no exception. When he was young, he would jump into the pond naked. However, when he grew up and started studying, he became quieter. All right then, fifth uncle. Be careful. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Seeing that someone had saved her child, the woman was immediately grateful. You guys are really good people. Auntie, don't cry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yuner comforted her. Zhao Wenxing jumped into the river and swam towards the child. Then, he pulled the child out of the river. However, because he had been drowning in the river for too long, the child's face started to turn green. His stomach was bulging. It was obvious that he had swallowed a lot of water. When the onlookers saw this, they started to sigh. Sigh, it's useless to come up now. It's obvious that he can't hold on. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to keep my life. It's too late. The water ghost wants a scapegoat. No one can save him. When the woman heard what the people around her said, she cried even louder. My son, why are you so miserable? If you go, your mother will go with you. Looking at the woman crying her heart out, Zhao Yun'er hurriedly said, Auntie, please let me try. Artificial respiration could be performed after drowning, but the people of this era did not understand this. Therefore, most people would think that death was inevitable when they encountered such a situation. In fact, if they were rescued in time, they could still save their lives. The woman had no choice but to let Zhao Yun'er give it a try. It was better than waiting in vain. The onlookers watched curiously. They wanted to know how Zhao Yun'er would save the patient. She was about to die. Could it be that he could pull her back from the gates of hell? Zhao Yun'er laid the child flat. Then, she started to press on the child's chest. Then, she breathed into the child's mouth. The onlookers were stunned by Zhao Yun'er's series of actions. This woman must be crazy. Chapter 422. How could she get married in the future? Ordinary people would definitely not want this kind of woman. How embarrassing. Zhao Wensheng and the woman were also stunned by Zhao Yun'er's behavior. They really didn't understand why Zhao Yun'er started kissing while saving people. However, after everyone cursed in their hearts, they magically found that the child who was lying motionless on the ground suddenly coughed a few times and spat out a lot of water. The child also slowly woke up. Xian, how are you? Are you okay? The woman rushed over in surprise. The child vomited a few more times, but it was no big deal. Mother, don't worry, I'm fine. Lan Xian comforted the woman sensibly. Just now, when she was unconscious, she heard her mother calling in her ear, so she knew that her mother was probably worried to death. Xian, it's good that you're fine. Mother was worried to death. The woman pulled Lan Xian into her arms, as if she was afraid of losing him again. Zhao Yun'er watched from the side and sighed in relief. Fortunately, the child was saved. Otherwise, it would be sad to see the white-haired person send off the black-haired person. Zhao Wensheng couldn't help but ask curiously, Yun'er, what did you do just now to miraculously save the child? Zhao Yun'er smiled. She didn't know how to explain. This was artificial respiration. The ancient people didn't understand. Fifth uncle, I've seen people use this method before, so I remembered it. I was just trying it out just now. When I think about it later, it's really useful. Zhao Wensheng didn't think too much about it. No matter what, Zhao Yun'er saved a life today. The people who were originally scolding Zhao Yun'er for being shameless all changed their words and began to praise her. This girl is really amazing. She can even pull someone back from the gates of hell. If it wasn't for this girl, this child's life would really be gone. Her method is really novel, but fortunately, she saved the child. Looks like we have to thank this girl properly. Zhao Yun'er didn't feel much about the praises around her. After working as a police officer for so many years, he was used to helping people. After Zhao Wensheng jumped into the river, his body was covered with water droplets. She didn't feel it when she was saving him, but now she was shivering from the cold. Fifth uncle, let's go home quickly. You have to change your clothes. Zhao Wensheng nodded. Just as the two of them were about to leave, the woman called out to them. Young master, young lady, please wait. The two of them had saved her son, so she had to thank them properly. They had already agreed that whoever saved his son would be heavily rewarded. I haven't thanked you properly yet. Why don't you come to my residence? I don't have anything good on me, the woman said sincerely. The child in his arms, Lan Xian, was looking at Zhao Yun'er with a pair of bright eyes full of curiosity. Zhao Yun noticed Lan Xian's gaze and looked towards him. Lan Xian immediately averted his gaze and a blush appeared on his little face. Is this child, shy? Zhao Yun's mouth curled up into a smile. Just as she was about to reject the woman's reward, a few people suddenly came. They were all wearing the uniform of servants and said to the woman, "Madam, are you and young master okay?" "Madam, it's our fault. We came late. Please punish us." Chapter 423. The County Deputy Prime Minister's Mansion. So the woman in front of them should be the wife of the County Deputy Prime Minister? Zhao Yun didn't want to be repaid by others. But now, yes, madam. The servants nodded. The woman persuaded Zhao Yun again, "Miss, don't refuse. I only have one child. You saved my Xian's life, so I have to repay you well. And this gentleman, you're soaked. It's so cold today. You have to change your clothes in case you catch a cold. If so, I'll feel very sorry." After the woman finished speaking, Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenxing looked at each other. Zhao Yun said with a smile, "In that case, my fifth uncle and I won't refuse. Let's go." On the way, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife and Zhao Yun talked a lot and expressed their gratitude. At the same time, they asked about Zhao Yun's situation. When Zhao Yun told them the purpose of coming to Yang City today, the County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said, "Miss Yun, don't worry. Leave it to me. I'll talk to my husband and ask him to return you the 20 taels of silver." "Thank you, madam. Miss Yun, you're too polite. You did me a big favor." "What I did for you is just a small favor." When they were chatting, they arrived at the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion. Although the County Deputy Prime Minister's mansion was not as luxurious as the heir's mansion, it was very good among the houses in Yang City. It was a bit like the gardens in the south of the Yangtze River. It could be seen that the County Deputy Prime Minister's family were all elegant people. "Come in." The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife said to Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenxing. Zhao Yun and Zhao Wenxing walked in and looked at the surrounding environment. There were bamboo branches, potted plants and flowers everywhere. It was like a garden. After entering, the servant led Zhao Wenxing to change into a clean set of clothes. The County Deputy Prime Minister's wife asked Zhao Yun to stay for lunch. Zhao Yun didn't refuse. Before she came, she was afraid that she would spend too much time, so she told Liang Jinxiao that if she couldn't make it back by noon, Dowda would eat at her place. Big sister Lan Xian handed over a piece of pastry and said to Zhao Yun, Zhao Yun smiled at Lan Xian, "Thank you. You're welcome." The county deputy's wife looked at her son and then looked at Zhao Yun. There was a touch of complexity in her eyes. "Miss Yun, you've sacrificed a lot for Xian today. We're not irresponsible people. Xian is probably a few years younger than you, but it's not a big deal. If Miss Yun is willing, I'll send a matchmaker to Miss Yun's house to propose a marriage proposal." After the county deputy's wife said this sentence, Zhao Yun suddenly choked. Ahem. Yun are you choking? Drink some water. The county deputy prime minister's wife said and handed a glass of water to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun took it and drank it. The corners of her mouth twitched. Was the county deputy prime minister's wife joking? Did he ask someone to propose marriage for Lan Xian, this brat, to marry her? Zhao Yun was an adult. She didn't have pedophilia. She couldn't accept it. Chapter 424. Under normal circumstances, the deputy's wife wouldn't make such a plan. After all, if she really wanted to marry a daughter-in-law, she must find a suitable one, or at least a suitable one for Xian. However, the young man had saved Xian's life. Nothing was more important than that. Women could repay a man with their bodies, so could men. Zhao Yun's expression was unusually awkward. Lan Xian stood aside and lowered his head shyly. He didn't raise any objection. Well, madam, you don't need to be so polite. I just saved his life. Besides, he's just a child. He's not a man, so he doesn't need to be responsible for me. Madam, I appreciate your kindness. But you're right. I'm afraid that other people don't think so. Gossip is a fearful thing. If it affects Yun's marriage in the future, I'll feel very guilty. Madam, you don't need to worry about that. To be honest, I already have a child. He's already 3 years old. When Zhao Yun said that she had a child, the deputy's wife was struck dumb for a second. She didn't know that Zhao Yun was a woman who had a child. She thought that Gu Yan was just an unmarried girl. In that case, she felt a little better. If Gu Yan had a child, she would be married. It wouldn't affect Zhao Yun much. If so, I'll prepare more gifts for Miss Yun later to show my gratitude. That's not necessary. Madam, I didn't save his life for your gifts. Besides, you promised to help me get back the 20 taels of silver. I'm already very grateful. Yun please don't refuse me. If you don't accept it, I'll always owe you a favor. At this time, Zhao Wenqing also came over and said, Madam, the book teaches us to be willing to help others without asking for anything in return. If you insist on paying back, people will pay attention to the benefits they get after saving people. Then the poor people who can't afford to pay back others won't be able to get help. It's not good to have such a trend. The deputy county magistrate's wife didn't know how to refute Zhao Wenqing's words. Scholars were really eloquent. But if you don't want anything in return, I'll feel guilty, Zhao Yun'er said with a smile. Madam, since we're in Yang City, we'll inevitably run into trouble in the future. If we run into any trouble in the future, please help us. In fact, this was also the reason why Zhao Yun didn't accept the gifts from the county premier's wife. She was very interested in money, but she knew that she could earn it. The most important thing was that relationship, which couldn't be bought with money. Especially when he was in Sun City and had a relationship with the county magistrate. Miss Yun'er, of course. If you need any help, just let me know. As long as I can do it, I will definitely help. Thank you, madam. The few of them chatted for a while and lunch was prepared at the county deputy's residence. They were waiting for the county deputy to come back. At about 11 o'clock, the deputy county magistrate returned to the county magistrate's mansion after finishing his work in the magistrate's office. The county deputy's wife then told the county deputy what had happened today. Chapter 425. Even without the county deputy's wife's request, the county deputy would consider asking his private advisor to return the 20 taels of silver to Zhao Yun. So, the county deputy asked his private advisor to come over. When the private advisor saw Zhao Yun, he was secretly shocked. He didn't expect that Zhao Yun was so capable that she even asked the county deputy for help. This little girl had really underestimated her. Since the county deputy asked him directly, the private advisor couldn't refuse. So, he returned the 20 taels of silver. When there were only the private advisor and the county deputy sighed and said, "This time, it's not that I don't want to protect you. That girl is not a simple person. She has a relationship with young prince. If this matter is investigated later, young prince will also be concerned about it. You will be in big trouble at that time." The private advisor nodded and said, "Thank you for your consideration, county deputy. Well, let's not talk about this. Next time you do this kind of thing, take it easy and don't go too far. The county deputy reminded him. The county deputy had been in the officialdom for so many years, so he knew clearly about the covetousness of some small profits. No official had a clean background. If that was the case, relying on the annual salary given by the government, it was estimated that they would have to live a simple life. Zhao Yunhe and Zhao Wenxing had lunch in the county deputy's mansion, then they got up and left. After getting back the 20 taels of silver, Zhao Yunhe and Zhao Wenxing were very satisfied. Today's trip was not in vain. The county deputy and his wife sent Zhao Yunhe and Zhao Wenxing to the gate of the county's mansion. Even if I send you off for 1,000 miles, we will have to part in the end. Miss Yunhe, young Master Zhao, I won't send you off anymore. If you need anything, just come to the county deputy's mansion to find me. The county deputy's wife said with a smile. Zhao Yunhe also replied with a smile, okay. When they were about to leave, Lan Xian called Zhao Yunhe. Sister, Zhao Yunhe turned around and asked with a smile, what's wrong? Lan Xian's face instantly turned red. He shyly asked Zhao Yunhe, big sister, when can you come to my house to see me? What's wrong? Will you miss me? Lan Xian nodded shyly. Seeing that this child really treated her differently, Zhao Yunhe didn't want to disappoint Lan Xian, so she smiled and said, if I have time, I'll come and see you. Yeah. Lan Xian nodded heavily. There was a hint of anticipation in his eyes. He was very happy to get Zhao Yunhe's promise. The deputy county magistrate's wife was keenly aware of her son's emotional changes. This child. Why does he look so sentimentally attached to Zhao Yunhe? Then I'll leave first. Zhao Yunhe waved her hand. Then she got on the wooden cart with Zhao Yunhe. Xiao Mao pulled Zhao Yunhe and Zhao Wenxing and ran away. Zhao Wenxing held the 20 taels of silver in his hand. He still felt that it was a little unreal. He sighed and said, I didn't expect that it would come back today. Yunhe, thanks to you. If you didn't save the county deputy's son, we wouldn't get the money back so easily. Zhao Yunhe smiled and said, Fifth uncle, your contribution is not small. Today you jumped into the water to save people. So it's thanks to you that we can get the 20 taels of silver back. Zhao Wenxing was in a good mood. He smiled and said, then we all have a share. If we take the money back to your grandfather, he will be happy. Chapter 426. Zhao Wenxing was somewhat puzzled. Yunhe, why? Fifth uncle, our old Zhao has a lot of family members, so you have to make some plans for yourself. When you get married, you'll need a lot of money. It's always good to have 20 taels as a backup. But we haven't separated yet. If your grandfather and grandmother know that I secretly hid 20 taels of silver, they'll fall out. Fifth uncle, if you believe me, I'll keep the 20 taels of silver for you. I guarantee that they won't know. In the future, when you get married or if you need it urgently, I'll take it out. But Yunhe, isn't this not very good? These 20 taels of silver were originally taken out by my grandfather to help me get out of prison. Originally, we couldn't get it back. We got it back with our own ability, so there's no need to give it to old Zhao's family. Fifth uncle, sometimes you have to be a little selfish. You like that aunt in town, so you can't avoid a lot of difficulties. It's always good to have some money to prepare. After being persuaded by Zhao Yunhe, Zhao Wenxing was a little embarrassed. He didn't expect that his niece could see that he liked Jin Suizhuan. Then keep it. Yunhe, you take care of it. If you need it urgently, you can use it. These 20 taels of silver are also yours. Zhao Wenxing said in a low voice, looking a little embarrassed. Zhao Yun'er's mouth hooked up. Seeing that Zhao Wenxing didn't insist, she was relieved. Fortunately, he wasn't stubborn. Otherwise, these 20 taels of silver would have been given to old Zhao's family for nothing. When Zhao Yun'er and Zhao Wenxing returned to the village, it was already 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Zhao Wenxing took a few days off. Since Zhao Yun'er didn't have anything to do, he prepared to go back to school tomorrow. Zhao Yun'er went to the third branch to see if there was anything the third branch could help with. When she arrived at old Zhao's house, old Zhao's family was building a wooden shed against the wall. This wooden shed could be considered as a kitchen. After all, the stove needed a place to shelter from the wind and rain. It couldn't be left exposed. If it was a special room, the cost would be a little high. He would have to spend some money, but it was not as fast as building a wooden shed. Zhao Yun'er saw that it was her fourth uncle, Zhao Wentao, and her second cousin, Zhao Tianhu, who were helping the third branch to build the wooden shed. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they didn't interfere at all. Even if he was just sitting there, he was not willing to lend a hand. Seeing that Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianlong were helping the third branch build a wooden shed, Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui, who were sitting under the shade of a tree, began to make sarcastic remarks. "Fourth brother, why are you so enthusiastic? We've already split up. Can't he handle the matters of the third branch by himself? Why do you have to interfere and help? That's right, fourth brother. You have so much strength. You have to do more work in the fields later. There's also Tianhu. As expected, he's so energetic at such a young age. It's good to be diligent. It just so happens that plowing the land in the afternoon is a strenuous job." When Zhao Yun'er heard Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui's words, the corners of her mouth couldn't help but twitch. After all, they were biological brothers. It was fine if they didn't help with the work. But instead, they scolded others for doing the work. What kind of people were they? Zhao Yun'er looked around. In this old Zhao's family, the most inhumane members were the first and second branches. As for the first branch's second cousin, he was excluded. Zhao Yun'er had a good impression of Zhao Tianhu. In old Zhao's family, he was considered a good person. Chapter 427. Li Chuiying was implying that even though Zhao Yun had given them so much good stuff, the third branch did not necessarily share it with the rest of old Zhao's family. Zhao Yun felt a wave of disgust when she heard those sour words. Hu Chunhua happened to hear those words as well. Hu Chunhua snorted coldly. "You still want to take advantage of them? That's like a sow climbing a tree." Zhao Yun rolled her eyes in her heart. They had the nerve to criticize the third branch. Why didn't they think about what they had done? Effort and gain were equal. If you were good to others, others would be good to you. These people didn't treat the people of the third branch well, so why should the third branch share their things with the people of the Zhao family? Zhao Yun entered the courtyard and smiled at Liang Jinqiao. "Mother, I'll cook a few more dishes and send them over tonight. Let fourth uncle and second cousin eat with us. I don't have any meat." Even though Zhao Yun did not mention it, Liang Jinqiao had already planned to do so. Since Zhao Yun had mentioned it, she nodded and said, "Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Yun. It's fine. It's not a problem to cook a few more dishes." "Okay." When they heard that Zhao Yun had invited Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu to dinner, not only did they know that there would be dishes, but there was also meat. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui looked at each other and swallowed hard. They could not help but feel hungry at the thought of eating meat. "Third brother, let me give you a hand too." Zhao Wenshi came over and said eagerly. Zhao Wenshui did not want to be left behind. "Third brother, let me help too." It'll be faster if there's more people. Even ghosts knew why the two of them were suddenly so eagerly attentive. They just wanted to help now so that they could bring them along for dinner. Zhao Wenhua felt uncomfortable seeing Zhao Tianshi and Zhao Wenshui like this. He didn't help when he should, but now he was being hypocritical. Thus, he refused. Big brother, second brother, there's no need. The wooden shed is almost ready. You should rest well. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui were a little unhappy when they heard that. He asked, third brother, what do you mean? Why are you saying that it's almost done when we help you? Aren't you deliberately rejecting us? Big brother, second brother really doesn't need it. Didn't you see it for yourselves? There are only a few things that need to be done in the wooden shed. Then we'll help you finish the rest. By the way, don't you still need to build the stove? We'll help you. Zhao Wenshi and Zhao Wenshui didn't know how to refute what Zhao Wenhua said. Zhao Yuna watched from the side and couldn't help but sneer. Just how thick-skinned were these two people? If she hadn't offered to treat them to dinner, they probably wouldn't have come over to help like this. Zhao Wentao and Zhao Tianhu's words seemed to have been completely forgotten when the two of them were down. What kind of people were they? Li Chuiying also chimed in, third brother, you're not being honest. Your big brother and second brother came over to help you out of kindness, but you still rejected them. What do you mean by that? Second sister-in-law, that's not what I meant. It's just that I have enough people here, so I don't want to trouble big brother and second brother if I can. We still have work to do in the fields in the afternoon. Why don't big brother and second brother save their energy to do the work in the fields? Otherwise, they won't be able to do it in the afternoon, Zhao Wenhua explained, but he didn't let Zhao Wenshui and Zhao Wenshi help. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.